Hello and welcome to your build-up show for West Ham United against Aston Villa match day 38. Huge game for Aston Villa. Lineups are out in approximately 5 minutes. The early rumours are there's one change for West Ham, which we'll get on to in just a second. But Tom, how are you feeling ahead of today's game?
I'm a little nervous today. For some reason, I don't know why. It just feels weird to get to the final day of the season. Obviously, it's a massive relief that we're not having to play to stay up today. So it's kind of I guess the worry and the stress is off in that respect. But it's a big day for other results sort of going around the league. So it's always a nervous day on the final day of the season, I think, no matter who's involved.
Charlie, what about yourself? How are you feeling? How's your pre-match emotions?
I'm all right, I'm sort of like, I wouldn't say I'm confident by any stretch of imagination, but I'm like looking forward to it. I think my excitement for like the final day and how all the different permutations are sort of overriding everything else. Like I'm not super confident that we're going to go out there and blab them or anything, but I'm like, come on, it's football. Actually things to play for, let's go.
Anyway, this is a big show today. We've got the build-up show, which is going to merge into the watch-along all in one video, one place right here. So you don't have to go anywhere for the next few hours on Hammers Chat. This video is sponsored by OneFootball. It's a free app. It's free. Trust me, I'm Scottish. I would not have it if I had to pay money for this. The link is in the description below. I'll be using it in approximately 3 minutes because I'll get a notification through to my phone to tell me what the lineups are for West Ham against Aston Villa. So have a look in the description. Get it downloaded. If you don't like it, bin it off. But you won't, because you will like it. Anyway, Charlie, a few things to talk about. The rumour changes that no Adam Creswell, he obviously went off injured in the last game, but Arthur Masuaku is also injured. So Ben Johnson's going to be moving to left back, and Ryan Fredericks comes in at right back.
Yeah. I can't act like it doesn't make me nervous. How do I explain it? Like, the thing is with Johnson, right, is I think Johnson's been fine since he came in. Not a world beater by any stretch of imagination, but fine, certainly. And him playing at left back makes me a bit concerned just because it's not his position. But let's be real, I think at this point, any combination of any of our fullbacks playing either side would make me nervous, if you see what I'm saying. So whatever happens, I'm still probably going to be sitting here going, ugh.
Tom, Ben Johnson at left back, there was just another it's just a different test to him to show David Moyes that he can be sort of the first choice right back, essentially, although he's playing out of position today.
Yeah, obviously it's nice to see him start back to back games. I'm not against him starting at left back, just because at the end of the day it does show him as a utility man to David Moyes that next season that he could do with keeping someone like Johnson, especially if he's can cover each fullback if needs be, or even be starting. So I think he's had two really good outings the last 2 games, or he's shown some promise similar to what Ngakia did. So for me, if he can sort of replicate that at left back, I think that we've got a really good. I wouldn't say squad player because I think he could be more than that. But at the minute, he's the positive signs are there, shall we say?
Can it sometimes be a bad thing, though, Tom? I know there's a few players in the past, and you could say Antonio to an extent, that actually when you can play more than one position, it's almost your own weakness in a way that the manager can just move you around and such, rather than just giving you a position and you just nail that position throughout.
Yeah, and I mean, it probably doesn't help that our fullbacks aren't exactly the best at the best of times, and I think had one of our left backs been fit enough to play today, I think he would have nailed down that right back position. And I think going into next season, if he carries on in a similar sort of vein, he will, equally nail that position down. It's just final day of the season, people, moving around and that kind of stuff. So I'm not looking too into it, but I think he's good enough to hold down a right back spot going forward, is what I'm saying. But it is nice to see, almost like, I guess you could say, like Maitland-Niles type, or Antonio, where it's kind of, they're okay enough to play in certain positions and have. It's a good tool to have, just a useful person to fit in, I guess.
The Maitland-Niles thing, though, Tom, is almost like proof that it can be an issue, because now he wants out of Arsenal.
Yes.
Because he can't get played in his optimum position. He's been moved around. He's been used at right back. He was playing at left wing back the last game, and now he's sort of wanting out and stuff. The lineups are out, just to double check and confirm from West Ham here that it is Fabianski in goal, back for Ryan Fredericks, Issa Diop, Agbona, and Ben Johnson left back as discussed. Rice and Souček in midfield, Mark Noble, and then Fanals, Bowen, and Mikel Antonio. No letting off, Charlie. Match day 38, nothing to play for. Robert Moyes is naming his strongest 11.
Yeah, Yeah, I think it was I said in the preview, it's the one I would have gone with as well, given all the people who have sort of got us to safety and done as much as they can to give them basically their run out, their last sort of like hurrah for the season sort of thing, give them the respect they deserve. So it's sort of what I would have gone for regardless. I wouldn't have been opposed to any specific little changes here and there, but you know, I think this is what makes me excited for the match. I just feel like because they've got everything to play for, and we're actually naming a side who are in form and are stepping to people. I think it's going to be an exciting game, even though we sort of are a bit on the beach, as it were. I don't think we're going to replay like that, at least.
Tom, you weren't on the preview, but is this the 11 you wanted to see, or were you hoping to see a little bit more experimenting from Moyes?
I still would have liked to have seen a bit more of Jack Wilshere since the restart. I don't think we've seen him enough, obviously, if at all. I think, obviously, if he's fit enough to be on the bench every week, I really don't understand how he's not been given game time, especially sort of coming on maybe later on in the game for Noble at sort of 70 minutes or something like that. Or even Xande Silva as well. You know, it'd been really nice to see him for those first couple of games when we were sort of worried about maybe having striker or an extra striker when Haller wasn't fit. It would have been nice to see Silva as well. But I mean, the last 3 games has been really positive to see that this 11 pretty much, or this 10 have gelled really well together. You know, the likes of Bo and Antonio, and I don't necessarily think that we will be on the beach today. I think that Moyes will want to put in a good showing, just because I think just as anybody, you know, as much as anybody else, he has something to prove, and I feel like today he will try to go and play for the win. Obviously, he's got a side that's got, you know, picked up 7 points in the last 3 games, so I don't think it's going to be an easy run, easy game in the slightest for Aston Villa, and I think we'll make it quite difficult for them. And I'd probably even have us winning this game. So for me, especially if Moyes wants to be here at the helm next season, I think there's a part of me that thinks he didn't want to sort of muck around with it today, because he does want to go for the win and to have a good final showing on the final day of the season.
Yeah, I think it also shows that Moyes now knows 8 will be starting 11 for next season, and there's 1 or 2 positions what he needs to invest in or get new players in. He's probably looking at the striker thing, saying, can I use Antonio when I've got Haller on the bench? He's probably looking at the Noble role, thinking that he can't play every game next season. He'll be looking at the left-back position there and seeing how Ben Johnson gets on. I don't think he'll keep him as left-back. And the bench for West Ham, we'll just rattle through this because the Villa one's arguably more important today. Yarmolenko, Anderson, Wilshere, Coventry, Haller, Randolph, Lanzini, Silva, and Balbuena. A very attacking bench for West Ham, just because we've got no other fit players, to be honest with you. And that's all the players that's available, essentially. The Aston Villa 11, though. Vienna starts in goal. Target, Mings, Konsa and Gilbert at the back. Midfield 3 of Horian, Louise and McGinn. And an attacking 3 of Grealish, Samatta and Trezeguet. So unchanged from their last 11. Charlie, what do you make of that Villa 11?
Yeah, like you say, unchanged, probably as strong as you could get. It's just if they've got that eternal problem of not having a goal scorer, which is most people at the bottom of the league. To be fair, that's why they're at the bottom of the league. Their key players are there, and I'm. It's about what I expected, so I don't feel any different, to be honest with you. But I do look at a couple of those people. Grealish, for example, going up against any of our fullbacks. Trezeguet going up against any of our fullbacks. Yeah, you know, I do. There's a bit of fear there. There is a bit of fear there.
Tom, what do you make of the Villa 11?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few players in there that I really like. I'm just looking at it on my screen now. Obviously, Trezeguet's really sort of helped put them in contention to stay up. And I think Douglas Luiz and McGinn is a really good midfield duo if they go down. And we did have some money about us. Like this, you know, at least one of them I'd love to sign or love to have in my team. But yeah, I mean, I think they obviously know what they have to do today. They know it's, you know, fully on themselves if they want to stay up and they want to win. So obviously they're going to go with their best available 11. And, you know, I expect it to be at certain points, if not for a lot of the large, maybe portion of the game, to be backs to the wall and balls to the wall in that respect. And how well can we deal with that pressure? But yeah, I just think that obviously they know what they have to do today, and it's in their hands if they want to stay up. So, you know, with that best 11, I guess you can be a little bit nervous. You know, thankfully we're not involved in this, because if we were and it was like Villa stay up or Villa win and they stay up, then looking at the lineup, yeah, I probably would be a little bit nervous.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. Yeah, what's that? Sorry.
No. I was just going to say, because I mean, like I said, they seem to, like us, they've been clicking on all cylinders, especially that sort of front 3. I would say with Trezeguet and McGinn and Louise. The last couple of games I've watched them, they've looked superb. So yeah, it would if it was something to fight for, I would be a little nervous looking at their lineup today.
I'm a bit disappointed to see Grealish against Fredericks, actually. I know it's through our own just injuries and stuff. I understand why Johnson's left back and not Fredericks, to be honest with you, because at least we've seen Johnson there. Granted, it was in one game, but we know he can play there, because Fredericks, I don't think there's any evidence that he can play left back. There's not much evidence he can play right back either, to be honest with you. But I was looking forward to seeing how Ben Johnson got on against Grealish, to be honest. I thought he handled himself really well against Marcus Rashford. So that was great. Another tough test for him. While Trezeguet is good, he's not as good as Jack Grealish. And I think if Johnson came out of today with an 8 out of 10 and handled Grealish, I think he would have made a right good claim for the right back spot, actually. And I was looking forward to today being Ben Johnson's addition, his second edition, if you like. And I think it's been taken away from him a little bit through injuries to the left backs, where even if he plays well against Trezeguet, I don't think Trezeguet is a big enough opponent to really test him and give us enough evidence if he's good enough to be right back next season or not. But Tom, in the preview, I said to Charlie, if Declan Rice was to go, we'll get on to that, Douglas Luiz is actually the player I'd like to see us go after should Villa go down to replace him. Do you agree?
I mean, well, based on what I just said, yeah, he's sort of one of about 3 or 4 players I'd love to see us go for. I love the way that that he, both himself and John McGinn, both the way they read the game, the tackles. They do have a bit about them going forward. They do have that killer pass, but they do have that reading of the game that that we've come to see of Declan Rice, of just being in the right place at the right time or making the perfect tackle, that kind of stuff. So yeah, he definitely, if Rice was to go, which I'm not saying he will do or want for him to go, but yeah, he would be on a short list of about 3 or 4 guys I think that I would love to see us try to sign. But hopefully it would be a cut rate if Rice did go, because they've gone down. But then again, I still think they can command like 20 to 30 million for him. Would I be wrong in saying that?
Yeah, I think so. But then we'll slap a price tag on Rice's head in 5 minutes, but it would leave a little bit of leftover lolly, wouldn't it? To quote David Dickinson. Charlie, we spoke about it in the preview though, but I still can't shake this. How do you prepare for this game if you are Dean Smith, knowing that a goal in another game completely changes what you are doing at the London Stadium?
Can we just, and before I ask, can we just take a minute just to appreciate a good David Dickinson reference? You don't get that on other football channels on YouTube, right? Only here.
No.
It's what I'll say. I think it's what I said in the preview, right? I think you do have to go for the goal. I think you go for at least one, just to make sure you can kind of have a little bit of leeway, because if you are, it's very difficult to turn around a sinking ship, if we're being honest. And if your back's against the wall, that's even if they're 1-0 down, but even if they're drawing, and then all of a sudden they have to step to it and go, we need a goal now, we need one now. That's a hell of a lot of pressure to all of a sudden just dump on them. Whereas if you start like that, I don't think it's as much for some reason. That's just the way mentally I'm thinking about it. I could be completely wrong when I say that. So I think if you're Dean Smith, you look at it and you say, right, we go and we try and get 1-0. We try and push for that 1-0 early, not even early on, just 1-0. And then we at least have a bit of wiggle room there in case we do need to change around. Because it's a lot easier to go defensive than it is to go attacking, in my opinion, anyway.
David Dickinson's going to be at the game today, Charlie, because he's heard West Ham have got an antique in the dugout. I'll leave. All right. Let me just get that one in, okay? Come on. Let me just get that one dinosaur joke in, please. Right, moving away from the game for a second, though. We had to vote for Hammer of the Year over the last couple of days, boys. It's going to be awarded after the game today to one of the 2 players, really. I think it's a 2-horse race. But, Charlie, who did you vote for? And if you didn't vote, who would you have voted for?
I didn't vote because I couldn't be asked, but I would have voted probably for Declan Rice, to be honest. I think it's let's be real, it's incredibly close between him and Ogbonna, and I think either way, I think is the right choice. I personally went for Declan, but I think if you said to me Ogbonna wins it, Declan comes second, I would be like, yeah, sure, makes sense. I just believe that Declan Rice has been more important to West Ham this year than D'Angelo Ogbonna, personally.
Tom?
I feel quite bad because the last few weeks, especially since sort of post-lockdown, the last sort of 3 or 4 games, I've been sort of screaming, "Oh, Ogbonna really deserves it." I think he's been our most consistent defender all year. But when it came to actually just looking at the poll and just selecting names, it was Declan Rice for me. I had to vote for Declan Rice, and I know, and I don't want to sort of get away from how good I believe Ogbonna has been this year, but I just think Rice has been a cut above just everybody really this season for me, and I think he has played every minute this season. He's been an absolute rock for us at the back. He has been the backbone of our team, and to realise how young he is and how special of a talent he is. And I know he shouldn't win an award just based off of how special a talent he may be, but I just think when you look at the numbers, when you look at the stats, how many games he's played, he's been there for everything this season. And for me, like I said, in another year, Ogbonna would deserve it. But like I said, I was for voting Ogbonna, but when I got down to it and just looked at the poll, it was only Declan Rice for me, and he deserves it really when we look at it. And I'd hate for him to, if he left this summer and he didn't win it, kind of thing, and it can't be like, that sounds really childish. But if he did leave, he didn't win Hammer of the Year, the biggest, miscarriage of justice ever. But yeah, I think it has to be. I think it has to be him this season for me.
I voted Ogbonna. I think he's been the most consistent player from match day 1 to match day 37. I think he's been superb, and I think he's been playing with rubbish defenders all season, to be honest with you. I think Diop, post-lockdown, he's been good, but pre-lockdown, I thought Diop was poor. I think the right-back situation's been poor all season, barring Ngakia's cameo before he departed. And then the left-back, who's been next to Ogbonna, has been rubbish all season. Ogbonna's been playing about 3 different positions every single game. I just think every game, I've almost seen something that I would perhaps label as world-class from him. Against Watford, he tracked Sarr, who's twice as fast as him, but yeah, he used his intelligence to say, well, you can take the long way around, I'm going to take the short route, and just before you pull that trigger, I'm going to pull off a world-class tackle and just get up and walk off as if it's nothing. I think he's been tremendous, Ogbonna. I think he got my vote easily. I think Rice is a worthy alternative. I think it is between the two of them. I don't think anyone else deserves to come close. I think Antonio's post-lockdown form will win him a few votes and stuff, but I don't think he was injured for a large part of the season, a bit like Fabianski. Not done anything wrong, just missed a large part. Ogbonna for me. But could this be Declan's last game, Charlie?
Yes. And I think...
Well, I know it could be, but will it be, I should say.
Fair. I think it probably will be. I think in this what we've seen with someone like Chelsea, for example, and I don't necessarily believe Chelsea are probably the front runners of them and Man United. I don't know which one I think he will go to. If I was him, I'd go to Man United before I'd go to Chelsea, but that's a separate issue for a separate time. I feel like in this post-lockdown world where you see how Chelsea are dealing with things, you see how they're trying to take advantage of clubs of our stature and others who basically don't have money, and are trying to get the best deals possible. And given the fact we have owners who are very clear about the fact we have no money, and we need to get money because we're going to bloody court over Haller, we've got money owed for Souček, we've got all this stuff kicking off. I just think it'd be too tempting for them not to take an offer. It'd have to be the right... for me, I don't know if that would be the case, but I look at our owners and I look where it goes, and I just think that's probably the case.
Charlie, what about yourself? Do you think this is Declan's farewell, or do you think we've got him for next season? I mean, there is a chance that he starts next season, but he still leaves because there's an overlap between the football returning and the transfer window, which is extremely frustrating for myself. I don't like that.
I think he stays. I think we get one more year out of him at least. I just don't, other than Chelsea, I don't see any of the other clubs spending big money on a player of Rice's calibre. I just, not this summer. I don't know why in my head. Maybe I'm trying to be deluded and say, we're going to keep him for another season. But I just, if I think if Chelsea do go out and sign Havertz, and they're rumouredly spending 70 odd million on them, I just don't think they can then go and afford Rice on top of that. And then if I look at Man United, I think they need to sort of fill other areas before that. Man City, I don't know, do they have Fernandinho beyond this season, or is he going?
Yeah, I think they've got one more year.
Yeah, so I just, like I said, and Liverpool with Fabinho, and obviously they've just won a title. So for me, I think he stays for one more year before he goes elsewhere. I think he would do right by his career for staying for another year with us. And he's still only young at the end of the day. He's 21 still. So yeah, I think he stays for one more season and then he goes. So I don't think it's his farewell game today. We'll see with his sort of reaction, I guess, after the game, if he's maybe like upset and, you know, hugging all of his teammates. Maybe it gives off that vibe that he may be going this summer. But yeah, for me, I think he stays one more year.
I think Chelsea's the only club I worry about coming for him, to be honest with you, boys. I don't see him going anywhere else. Even if Man U did come in, I don't think... Well, would he be tempted? Of course he would, but I think he'd happily say, well, I can get a move to Man United next summer as long as I play well. My worry is that Chelsea are building a team this summer, and if they sell Jorginho like they're supposed to be, he's supposed to be off to be reunited with Sarri in Italy, and if he goes, Chelsea are going to have to go spend big on a defensive midfielder, and if they come knocking for Rice has possibly only got one opportunity to go. If he doesn't take it, Chelsea will go get someone else to play that role. And that might shut the door for Declan for going to Stamford Bridge, because if they get someone else in that does fit into that team and has an impact like Conte's had at Chelsea, Declan Rice won't get his move in a year's time, but he's going to have to play very carefully because Calvin Phillips is now in the Premier League, and Phillips will be looking at Declan Rice thinking, I want your place in the England squad. And I don't think they'll both get in the England squad. I think there's room for both, but I think Jordan Henderson's a shoe-in for it, and he's not getting removed. So I think Southgate, at the minute, will be taking Declan to the Euros next summer as it stands. However, if he goes to Chelsea, has a couple of off-par performances and finds himself on the bench for one game, all of a sudden, Calvin Phillips is playing week in, week out for Leeds as England sort of positions up for grabs. At least for West Ham, he knows he can play 3 poor games. He will still start the 4th one. He's an automatic starter for this. Chelsea's the only one I worry about, but I'm a bit like Charlie. We've got no money. We are just skint. We don't even have enough money to pay for Solchek, who we've just signed. Frankfurt knocking on the door, looking for their $5.5 million. They're due another $5.5 million in August. So they're looking for over 10 million out of us. We just don't have it. And Moyes has got to decide. I think this is why we're trying to sell Felipe Anderson, and why Moyes might be tempted to sell Dean Garner, to be honest, because it's 20 million for a player he's never had at West Ham. So he might think, well, I'll take that. And then with Anderson, that's 40 million. That pays off the whatever, and it allows me to go start spending and stuff. And I do think that's possibly part of the plan. But now we're going to duck away from West Ham for a little bit. I'm going to have a chat with these boys about the bottom 3, and then I'm going to disappear and leave you with them two to have a chat probably about me, and I'm joking, and then the watch along, then I'll be back to do the review. But before we get on to that, if you're joining us live, if you haven't subscribed already, please do drop a thumbs up on the video. Right, bottom 3 race, 3 teams, 2 are getting relegated today: Aston Villa, Bournemouth and Watford. 2 of them are off. Going to have a little talk about who we think will go down and who we want to see go down. 2 different answers, possibly. Tom, what are you thinking about the bottom 3?
Can you go to Charlie first?
If you want, it's all right. You can pass the buck if you're not man enough.
Pass the buck. Let me have an extra minute thinking. I want to hear his opinion first.
So, are you confirming you're not man enough?
Yeah, no, I'm confirming that I need extra time to go and look at the table and everything, and just think about what I'm going to say.
Right, Charlie, Tom's bottled it. Would you like to pick up the...
Yes, I have no idea what I'm going to say. Let's find out together, shall we? I think that Watford.
Do you want to do a game by game thing? Okay.
No. I'll say this. I'll finish it off, and then we could do the game by game thing while Tom bees a chicken. I'm just going to put some opinions out there, see what happens. Let's go, boys. Right, Watford are going down. I believe that who do I want to go down? I would want Bournemouth to stay up out of all of them, because I think Bournemouth are the one who are like, I don't know. I'm a sucker for an underdog. I always have been. I always will be. So I can't help but look at their small club stature and go, come on, Bournemouth. I also think they're low-key probably... I don't know if you can claim they're the best run one, because they're in the relegation zone and the bottom of the 3 of them for a reason, right? But like, I look at them and I just think, do you know what? I would much prefer a team like that be in the Premier League succeeding than Villa, who sort of, well, haven't been great, and Watford, who are I don't know if you can say run well. I honestly don't know anymore. I can't tell with them. Like, at one point they were chopping and changing managers, and I think, oh, they seem to be dealing with it quite well, and then luck seems to have caught up with them and gone all wrong. So I don't know. So out of the 3 of them, I would want Bournemouth to stay up, but I believe it's probably going. Actually, no. I think Villa are going to stay up, because I think.
Well, we can ask Tom. Charlie, do you think we could ask Tom who he wants to stay up? Because I think that's
Yeah,
a
go on,
very
let's
easy
ask him.
question.
I've formulated an opinion.
No, I don't want to. I don't want your full opinion. I just want to know specifically who you want to stay up and nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Oh, come on! You're not going to ball this as well.
Just because Leeds are back in the Prem, let's build an old Prem, and I hope Villa stay up. Let's get like a real old school Prem going, like the proper English teams that have got some history about them. No, I don't ever hope for a club to go down because I don't really hate many clubs. I just think if looking at it, I think Watford deserve to go down just by the way that their club is run because it is genuinely appalling. And no club that sacks their manager 2 to 3 times a year deserve to stay in the Premier League, in my opinion. And I think we obviously don't know what happened behind the scenes at Watford, but it just seemed absolute lunacy. However, Charlie, they will bounce straight back with the legendary Hayden Mullins and Graham Stack at the helm.
Stackers, big stacks coming in. I'm so hyped.
But yeah, between Bournemouth and Villa, I think looking at it today, I think if Bournemouth were at home to Everton, I feel like maybe Bournemouth would have got something. But then again, they went to City and nearly got something. I hope Villa stay up. Just because it is really good to see Leeds back in the Prem next year, and I hope Villa stay that. It's good to have the say older Premier League clubs. I don't know.
No, I agree. I want Villa to stay up as well. I hope Villa do stay up. I think they're the bigger club out of the three.
Yeah.
I think they're a huge club. And plus, it's a bit biased, but I don't really care. It's a personal opinion. We have a couple of Villa fans that watch every video that we do. So for Paul and such like, I genuinely hope Villa stay up for him. As far as I'm aware, we don't have any regular Watford or Bournemouth fans watching, so makes it slightly easier. Goodbye, you lot. But I don't think Villa's going to stay up. I think we're going to beat them today. I think Bournemouth are going to pull off the great escape. They have to win, and they need Watford and Villa to get beat in order to stay up. If one of those two teams got a point, that's them. They're down. But I just think Bournemouth are going to do it. I think I've been impressed with them in recent weeks. I think they've got a little bit of something about them. They've been unfortunate with VAR. The VAR call's been correct. There has been a handball. Wilson was offside, but they've been getting the ball in the back of the net and stuff. It's just been unfortunate that there's been a slight error in the build-up of play. Whereas I think Villa they just don't, like Charlie was saying in the preview, they almost don't create enough. And when they do, they've got Samata, who, unless you hit him on the head, he doesn't look like he's going to score. And then you've got Watford, who've just got no fight about them. I've been very disappointed by Watford post-lockdown. I mean, how easy was it for us to beat Watford? There was just nothing there. They didn't even care. We were 2-0 up, and they were looking at us like, do you just want to call it 3-0 and just not bother with the second half kind of thing? Yeah, it was just rubbish. So I think Bournemouth...
Do you not think, though, that maybe, seeing as Ancelotti called, I don't want to say called out, but he said to Richarlison, he set him the target of scoring 30 goals. Do you think you may get a response from him this week to be like, oh, I can be your striker going into next season that will score you 30 goals?
Yeah, but I think he's like one of the worst players to call out. If there's any player that's going to look you in the face and not spit at you, if he's going to tell you where to go, it's probably Richarlison. And also, this is Carlo Ancelotti, the guy when he got asked about Luke Garbutt, literally sat there like, who? It's his own player. He didn't know who he was. So I think Everton's done. I think they've been dreadful. They don't have a midfield. Sigurdsson's passed it, unfortunately. Tom Davies just ain't good enough. It won't be. I know. Me and Charlie. This is a long joke between me and Charlie, but it will be just crap.
He's good.
He really is.
He's a good footballer, bruv. He's out of form. I'll give you that. But he's good.
It won't be.
He's awful.
He's
a waste of money.
You're both mean. He's a good lad. He does bits.
Yeah, fair enough. For like 5 to 10 million, not for however much you went to.
40.
Look, all right.
40 million.
I agree it was too much money. I agree that it was too much money. I'm not going to sit here and claim 40 million for Alex Iwobi was a good deal. But he's all right. He's okay.
He's not. He's awful.
Saying that because I did see somebody said in the live chat about the handballs and stuff for Callum Wilson. Yeah, Bournemouth can go for that reason alone, for his hand of magic the other season for us. So yeah, that's another reason why I want Villa to stay up. Sod it. Plus, I think
Right,
I
so
think Bournemouth and Watford have got better players that if we had any money, you could go after kind of thing as well. So there you go.
So what's your predictions then? Let's get this on the line. I'm predicting Bournemouth stay up. Charlie,
Villa to stay up.
Tom.
I reckon Villa are staying up.
I hope you are wrong, because then I would insinuate Villa got something from today's game. I know
If everybody lost today, Villa.
Yeah, I know that, but
I think that.
But there's also a goal difference thing, though. The thing is, though, Watford can lose 1-0, but if we beat Villa like by 2 or 3 goals, Villa actually drop into the bottom 3 on goal difference. And the goal difference between the 3 teams are very, very tight at the minute. And Watford and Villa are on equal points. I think Villa is only staying up by about a goal as it stands. I could be wrong, but it's very tight down the bottom with the goal difference. So it's going to be interesting. My final words before I leave you with these two is I'm really looking forward to today. Not just the game, but just the whole. I'm going to be listening to these two, tuning in for the excitement of Bournemouth scoring, Bournemouth conceding, Watford scoring, Watford conceding. I really could not care about the top 4 way stay with Man U and Leicester and then Chelsea. I'm really not bored. It's all about the stuff at the bottom. I'm really looking forward to it. I was going to do we'll do a little bet for the viewers, boys.
Okay.
The last one nearly won. We nearly won 200 quid for someone. So I'm thinking we need to have a little something.
Charlie Walsh,
and we'll give the cash away.
the gambling man.
I'm a gambler. What?
You don't need to be a gambler. You're predicting stuff to happen in the West Ham game.
I'm going to say someone gets a goal. There you go. You're welcome. Shout out.
Would you like to tell me who's going to get the goal? Let's still go with that.
Okay. What? So in our game specifically, yeah. Our game specifically,
West Ham
I'm going
Villa.
to say Samatta gets a goal.
Tom, do you agree, or would you like to refute that and pick another
Yeah,
one?
I refute that. I think Jared Bowen's scoring today for West Ham.
All right, I'm going to go with Bowen.
Sorry, Charlie.
Is West Ham winning? Is West Ham winning or not?
Yes.
I think they're drawing.
Yeah, I think we're winning today.
Right.
Close.
Okay. And who's getting booked? We'll let Charlie have this one. Who's getting booked?
That's a great question, Gio. I believe that Ryan Fredericks will get booked.
Okay, that's something me and Tom can get behind, I think.
Thank you very much. I'm a better man. I know stuff. Thank you very much, everyone. Cheers. Take that.
All right, let's do that then. It's £100 for the. If that happens, it's 100 quid. West Ham win. Bowen scores. Fredericks gets booked. Someone that's watching this watch along will get 100 quid. All right.
Okay.
There we go.
I don't know how you two are going to pick the winner.
Oh, you've
have-
got to leave a comment on the video. That's what.
But they're all putting. The problem is they'll do it in the live chat, won't they? And we're not looking back at the live chat.
Yeah, that's very true.
What's the comment, Tom?
Maybe if we. Charlie, help me here. What should we go with?
Okay. You have to comment in the live chat.
Oh yes.
You have to comment in the live chat, right? You have to put hashtag Gio is a mug.
Gonzo out.
Gonzo
No,
out. That's
Gonzo
better.
out.
Gonzo out. That's better. He's not here.
Hashtag Gonzo out, and you're entered into the £100.
There we go.
Win.
There we go.
Right, so live chat's going to get spammed, but I'm going to go. I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of these two. I'll be doing the review at full time within 2 or 3 minutes. But Tom, Charlie, enjoy the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Remember and tell people this video is sponsored by One Football, and the link is in the description below.
We will.
Charlie.
Don't worry. I will specifically. If you can't see, it's on the screen now as well. Don't worry. We got it.
Goodbye.
We got it. Ready.
Bye.
Farewell. Right. There we go.
Bloody hell! Right now he's gone. Everyone.
Now he's gone. Now we can talk crap. So what happened there is we've had several problems during now. A, Gio's video went weird all of a sudden. Shout out to everyone putting in Gonzo chat, by the way. We can see you. And B, for some reason the live sub counter broke halfway through and it's broke on here now. So I'm just going to fix that. So hello everyone. How are we all? How are we feeling? Now the boss is gone, we can actually hang out and have fun. I
Trying
should
to enjoy it. I'm just going to switch all the thumbnails around and stuff on the video. So
You're right, Robert. I should have said recall Big Jaws. You're correct, but I don't think
that's what I was expecting when you said hashtag. I thought, oh no, here we go with Big Jaws.
I should have gone for it, but I'm here for the drama today. I'm here for the drama. Anyway, so hello everyone. While Tom's just changing over the thumbnails and the title to make it so it's officially the watch along. Mike saying hashtag Gonzo in does not count. You have to say Gonzo out. I would also like the record to show it was Gio who came up with that and not me.
I'm a little bit scared actually because there is really a lot of Hashtag Gonzo's out right now in the chat, just going. There was only one person that I saw saying Gonzo winning. That was Mike Panera.
I did just say it does not count. It does not count. It's not an enter. You can back him, but you don't get entered into the draw.
There you go.
So anyway,
it's weird, isn't it, today? Because we've already done the lineups with Gio, so we have more chance to interact with everybody in the live chat today before the start of the game. So if you do, I guess, have any questions before the game or your opinions, thoughts, all that kind of stuff, who do you think's going down?
I'll lob this one at you first, right? This is Irish Tommy. Just put in Ben Rama or Eze. I'll let you answer, and then I'll give my answer, which is wrong.
I think you're going to say neither.
Neither of them. We don't need either of them. Bruv, if we spend any amount of money on anyone who's not a defender, I'm actually going to have a problem. Like, I get it. If we sell Lanzini and if we sell Fornals and we sell other attacking midfielders, then yeah, sure, I'm about that. But at this point, if we don't sell those people and we go and get Eze or flipping Ben Rama for any amount of money, 9 mil for Ben Rama apparently. If you go and get that, then I'm not going to be a happy bunny.
I think Ben Rama personally, just because of the left mid situation at West Ham,
Sure.
And the lack of maybe potentially, depending on if Brady wants to, or Golden Sol, I don't know why I mentioned Brady there, but if they want Diangana gone, all of a sudden we have a bit of money, then yeah, I personally would go for Ben Rama.
Out of the two of them, I would prefer Ben Rama. To be fair.
May I quickly, before we start losing people, because I know obviously a lot of you just tune in to listen to Gio's thoughts, which is fair enough. Do drop a like on the video for us if you are new around here. Subscribe as well. So close to hitting 12,700. Is that a realistic target before the end of the season tonight? Who knows?
It's a big target, but why not swing for it? Why not swing for the fences? If you're hit, give it a swing to see if you can hit it.
Yeah, so do drop a like on the video. It really helps us out. Helps out the channel. Helps everybody here at Hammers Chat. But yes, back to you, Charles, with the live chat.
So, hello, live chat. Matthew Weatherly, what's your opinion on Bowen? I think he's a baller, bruv. I'll be real with you. Like, I look at Bowen, and I don't know. Before I was like, I really liked him, but it was that cross for Souček in was it Norwich? Was that the game he did that pen cross for? And all of a sudden he went even higher in my estimation than he was before. And I really liked him before, but now I'm like, whoa, what a boy. And it makes me a bit less concerned about the rumours going around of Yarmolenko potentially being on the chopping block, as it were. It makes me a lot less concerned about that, because I'm just like, I don't want anyone else to start at right wing. I want Bowen. Bowen needs to be starting. He needs to be starting at right wing to get the most amount of possible. Tom, what are your thoughts?
Most amount of things. Eddie, yeah, I'm completely in agreement with whatever you just said. I wasn't paying attention. Whatever Charlie said, I know was right. Somebody asked about the lineup one more time.
Okay, sure, I'll put it up. I still haven't set up the stream on my phone, by the way, but that's a concern for 20 minutes. So, the lineup I will read out quickly for that. Who was it? Who asked, by the way?
Who else? What?
Who asked about the lineup?
It was Eddie Duffy.
Eddie Duffy. Here is the lineup for you, my friends. We have, and I'll read it in parts. We won't get reaction. We'll just get through it. Fabianski, Fredericks, Diop, Ogbonna, Johnson. So Johnson at left back. Rice, Souček, Noble in the middle. Fornals, Bowen, Antonio. So about as much unchanged as can possibly be, with obviously injuries to the likes of Masuaku and Crespo on that. And then the bench is Randolph, Balbuena, Wilshire, Coventry, Yarmolenko, Anderson, Lanzini, Xande Silva, Sebastian Haller. I will find the Aston Villa lineup for you right now, Eddie.
Whilst you do that, we have Irish Tommy says 9 million for Ben Rama is a no-brainer, Charlie. Yes, if you believe certain
accounts that being possible. I, on the other hand, don't think that's the thing. If Ben Rama was available for 9 million, maybe I would reconsider my stance. He's not.
West Ham clip saying #Gonzo shake it all about. Some things I do not wish to see clips.
Yes. Also, to be clear, does not get entered into the competition. Villa's lineup: Pepe Reina, come on, Gilbert, Consa Mings Target, McGinn, Douglas Luiz, Hurhan, Trezeguet, Samatta, Grealish, and their bench is Nyland, House, Taylor, Nakamba, Lansbury, big boy, Jota, El Ghazi, Vasilev, and Davis. So there you go, Eddie. Those are the lineups. Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
There you go. As I quickly, I saw a comment in there just as the live chat was going from Eric, who says he only came here for Geo, and then he just put bye. Well, as recent donator, as legend that you were in the last couple of streams for donating, Eric, you have just gone way down in my estimation.
whereas you've gone up in mine, because I like someone who knows what they want and only deals with that. I appreciate that.
Let's have a look. So, what else we got in here?
I'll ask you this question. He addressed it to me, which I'm obviously more important. But Ruben, Charlie, tell me what 4 signings you want to see next season. Mine are Ben Rama, John McGinn, Robinson, Eze. Tom, what would your 4 signings be? Or what would your if you can't think of 4 off the top of your head, what would be your like primary targets, your primary objectives, as it were?
Lewis from Norwich, Ben Rama, Eze, I would say, just because. And I don't know. Don't know who the final one would be. Maybe some like let's get. Speaking of Wonder Kids before the show, Eduardo Camavinga. No, I don't know who the fourth one would be. They're the 3 off the top of my head. I did say Max Aarons before Ben Johnson started coming through. But if Ben Johnson's the plan next season, let's bring him in, and I'll stick with just 3 signings this summer, if they were possible.
That's very fair. Gio coming in strong with a Carlin Grant shout. Carlin Grant is a good player, Gio. He's a good player, but I wouldn't go near him right now. Yeah. As I said, for me, I don't. So positionally, I'm looking at a left back. I'm looking at probably a centre back because it looks like Balbuena might be out the door as well. We need another one. I'm looking at a defensive midfielder, either to replace Rice if he does go, or as a backup to Rice, because if he gets injured, we are screwed in that position. And then potentially a right back, although it seems that.
That comment, John McGinn, was a great shout though from that comment.
Oh, I love John McGinn. I do love John McGinn.
Great shout.
I said to Gio on the preview, if there's one player I could take from Aston Villa right now, it would be John McGinn. But yeah, I just.
Cull it. FIFA knows. Cull it.
I want that. What was his name? Vasilev. I want him. I don't know, just to see what he is. Who is he? What does he do?
He sounds like he should be from Rocky 4.
Oh, that's a lie. I want Pepe Reina. Look at him. He's just a beautiful man with his short sleeve running about like an absolute lunatic. But yeah, I just wouldn't go near attacking players. We've got so many. We just need to concentrate on fixing the defence.
We are way behind on the live chat because we are taking a while to answer some of these questions. But Gavin Gunny says, what has your best match of the season been?
Norwich. Nice sunny day in Norwich, wasn't it?
Nice sunny day in Norwich.
Yeah. Just because we did this and it was fun. It was like a genuinely fun thing to watch and to like interact with the live chat with a watch along, and me and you doing this. So it's up there. I really liked the Southampton game as well at home. I really enjoyed that one as well.
Yeah, no, Norwich was a sunny day in Norwich was a great day. Other than that, I think maybe Watford away at the start of the season when Allaire scored a couple like pre-lockdown. I thought that was a really good one of the better away days at the start of the season, but obviously it kind of got screwed over. So yeah, everything we've done with Charlie and Gio and the watch along since then has been really good. So I'd say they've been the best things I think for us the back end of the season.
Gio's just put it in the live chat, and I can confirm now that the Betway Hammer of the Year 2019-20 is Declan Rice.
It is Declan Rice.
Officially Declan Rice. Sorry,
is it? Have they just announced it?
Yes, they've just tweeted that out. As I try to figure out my stream for the show, so we can actually do and watch along. Folks, he just said Young Tom Socks, by the way.
Oh, how dare you, you bastard! I didn't think they'd announced that before the game. I thought it'd be after the game that they would have announced that. But yeah, Declan Rice. I mean, you can't say any other way. It's is obviously he's deserved.
Yeah, like I said, 20 minutes ago, I think it was just a straight shot between him and Ogbonna.
Beads Bling's loving his thought process for the game is the fact that he wants Aston Villa to win just so his Trezeguet card gets his SBC Trezeguet card gets a +3 if Aston Villa win. What about Masuaku's +3? That 95 overall left back card. Wow, nice. What am I saying here? I don't know.
Just pick up FIFA. The new FIFA got announced today. Yeah, it's all very exciting.
Yeah, I know. I saw you retweeting something saying, was it the sequel to FIFA 20 is FIFA 21?
Shock.
Oh, shock. Tutorials and content, will you be streaming this? No, we won't, obviously, because we will get taken down. But I'm sure if you search for some very legal streams, you can find it, specifically Reddit soccer streams.
Yeah, if you type in Reddit soccer streams, you might find what you're looking for. We will be live streaming our watch along throughout the entire game, throughout half time, just a little bit after full time while Gio gets set up for his review, in which we will all send you across there in your droves by slamming the link in the description. Slamming it, that's the verb I went with.
Slamming it.
I went
Final day season things.
Final day slammage there.
Irish Tommy says, "Why isn't Tom eating? Is he okay?" Give me a little minute. We obviously set up a little.
Do you want a cheeky preview, Tom, of what's going to happen in the next 20 minutes? You ready for this? He's got croissants. He's got.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, I'm for that. I'm for that. So yeah, what do you reckon, chat? Are we in full agreement? Did Bryce deserve that? Would you have gone with Ogbonna, Antonio? What's your thoughts and opinions on Hammer of the Year? I'm happy in a way that he got it because, like I said, I was fully like Gio said, I was fully behind Ogbonna until I got to voting, and then I was like, I'm just gonna have to give it to Declan Rice. I couldn't help, my fingers slipped all of a sudden, went to Rice. But I think Ogbonna was very worthy of it this year.
I need a haircut quite badly, Tom. I'm not gonna lie about it.
You do.
It's just all over the shop. I might go with
this. We'll take you to my Kurdish barbers. Get you a nice little.
I probably might have to. Get a quick fade. Quick fade.
We did actually just have a Villa fan, I think, in here. Subot game up the Villa is such a scary game. This is. He did give us a nice comment. He said, I think he definitely said.
I am a Villa fan, nice. But you guys are cool and good watch. Thank you very much. Sob on. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Fans of all teams are welcome, and we appreciate actually the opponents because we like getting a little bit of a different perspective as opposed to.
We will be because I think with BT Sport especially because when somebody else scores, it pops up on the screen, doesn't it, on the BT app instantly? So we're going to know what's going on with all the games around us. I need to quickly have a look and see and visualize what's going on with the table so we know what it does. Although I hope probably BT Sport will probably do something similar, won't they? On the screen.
Tom always gets to, if you're new around here, Tom gets very distracted by the outside world.
very distracted
by the outside world.
But yeah. Snazzy Azzy says, "Do you boys enjoy playing video games?"
Yes.
No, Snazzy. Just no. I mean, what's on the? No, definitely not.
If you want to start showing games, because it might.
It's just my most recent things I've just been playing. So even though I've not even touched the game, I've had it.
The only game I've got to hand, Tom, is Knack.
Bloody hell! What a strange game to have to hand.
PS4 launch title, Knack. That's the only one I've got to hand. I've got lots of games elsewhere, but the only one to hand is Knack. Oh no, wait, hang on, no, change that. I've got a whole bunch here. There you go.
We just lost 15 viewers by showing video games. Never again.
I apologise.
Rebecca, lovely to see you. She asked, Charlie, have you got less hair?
Not yet. I am going to get my hair cut though. That's why my hair's up in a weird way. It's just too long. It's too long.
Yeah, a lot of people agreeing on Rice being Hammer of the Year. Hammer Down Under, come on Tom, give Maisie. She just got back in from a walk with my mum. She has been out on a long walk, so she will be around at some point. Irish Tommy said that you need an all-body shave.
Well, Irish Tommy, I don't disagree with you, if I'm being honest, but it keeps me warm in winter and very, very sweaty right now. So I don't disagree.
Sorry, I'm just taking over the live chat just because I know you are trying to set up the thing on your phone. Clayton with the what has Antonio done this season apart from have a streak of luck on the return from the COVID break? Very true, but arguably one of the biggest contributions of the season, I would say, just because of his goals have helped fire us towards safety, really. So even though it is a small thing, it's a small streak of luck, if you want to call it. It's probably one of the biggest things for us this season. Subom says it's nice to see a relaxed opposition without the salt. Listen, if you're looking for salt, there's no salt around here, unfortunately.
Well,
we are the most. Well, actually, no.
Tom can get mildly salty. I'm not a salty person at all. But Tom can get salty, but not to opposition fans or anything like that.
What else do we have here? Irish Tommy says I have the attention span of a 5-year-old. Yeah, you're not wrong. Any idea, Darren Higgins says, who got the Young Harry of the Year award? I don't know, actually. Have they announced that?
All I saw is the picture announcing Declan Rice. I didn't see if there was any. I was going
to say, did Declan Rice probably win Young Hammer of the Year as well?
Potential.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. And then, what else do we have here? Nigel Pickles, what a name. I'm a Burnley fan. I'm a Burnley fan. Good luck, Villa. Hope you stay up. That's fair enough.
Can I just say, brilliant name? Fair play, mate. Fair play.
Apparently, Gio unsubscribed for us showing video games. Entirely possible.
And also fair, if we're being honest.
Finn Lucky says Ghost of Tsushima is sick and nearly as good as Knack 2. Interestingly enough, never played Knack 2.
Knack. Bob, you got it free on PlayStation Plus. What are you doing with your life? Get Knack involved.
Yeah, no, like I said, this has been sat here for 2 days and I still haven't touched it. Charlie was very annoyed at me last night for playing F1. How confident are you guys? Says Subome Gamer. Yeah, I'm mildly confident. Obviously, I think I think obviously Villa have something to play for, so I think that obviously puts us immediately at a disadvantage. But yeah, I'm a little bit nervous for some reason. But I always get that, like on the last game of the season, I'm stupid like that. I can't help it. I just love the final day of the season.
I wouldn't. I'm pretty confident. I don't think we're going to get beat badly. To be honest with you, I think I said this about half an hour ago, but there's like an excitement in me because it's like it's the last day of the season. Everyone's playing at the same time. There's stuff to play for, including in our game. Like we don't have anything to play for necessarily, but our opposition do. And I think that sort of like wave of like excitement is coming over me. So I'm not in a place where I'm like, I'm nervous, I'm scared, or even that confident. I think we'll do all right. We'll get score predictions in a minute, but I'm sort of, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get beat badly, and I think it's gonna be a competitive game, and that's the thing I'm most excited for, if we're being honest.
Yeah. Eric says, "Have you played F1 yet? Is it good? It's very good, mate. If you like F1, it's a great game. They've made some changes to career mode on my team, so it's very good." Doug Mowat says, "Some people listen to music in the shower. Only real men listen to Hammer's Chat match preview."
You got listen, Doug. I agree. I remember when we did the 24-hour live stream, and I ducked out about 8 o'clock to go and have a shower because I was up the entire time. As was young Tom. And when I went to have my shower, I had the live stream on my phone, and it was it's just a positive way of dealing with things.
What else we have? Indio RV Trezeguet 95 FIFA 20 SBC. See, there's this FIFA fans here relying on an Aston Villa win for the 95 Trezeguet. Can't believe none of you want the 95 Masuaku though. That's shocking. Clip says there's no salt unless Tarkosu makes a bad tackle. It was a red card, by the way. That was a red card. It was a red card.
It was a red card.
John Kedwood said, "Will Villa sit back and give us possession?" I don't necessarily think so. What about you? I think they have to be on the front foot, especially to set the tone. Those first 15-20 minutes before the water break, I think they're going to come out and set the tone.
As I said, I feel like it's one of those things where it's best for them to go and get a goal. I've said this on the preview. I've said it earlier. Like I feel like the best option for them is to go and get a goal, so they can be in the driving seat for staying up. The last thing you want is to be in a situation where you have to change everything to try and get a thing. So I do think they'll probably come at us fairly early on, but with a. They'll attack with zeal, but I don't know if they're going to commit a huge amount to that. Zeal. I just went with the word zeal, Tom. I don't know where it came from. I think it's because I'm distracted by trying to sort out BT Sport Matchday passes that the vocab's coming out. The vocab's coming out.
Yeah, I think they're gonna, like you said, it's all within their hands if they stay on top and they jump out to lead. As long as they win, they know it's within their hands. I think in the back of their minds they know that unless there's a Nottingham Forest size screw up in goal difference, they should be okay as long as they win the game in terms of goal difference and stuff. Eric says Ngaki a young hammer of the year. I probably think he would have maybe got to that award or something like that.
He would have if he had stayed.
The club.
If he had, okay, well, less listening. If he had stayed, then he would have got it. I don't know if he would have gained it because of that.
There you go. There's a great question. Great question. Yeah, somebody said, can Fornal still go for it? I don't know. What is he? 24? 23?
He was 23 when he joined. I don't know how old he is now. I suspect that would be mainly 24. Because that's how time works, Charlie, you idiot.
But I think, bloody hell, if Jack Grealish can still be bloody eligible for Premier League young player of the year because he started at 23, then Fornal should be as well for young hammer of the year.
Yeah, yes, realistically, yes. But I don't know what the rules are. To be honest with you, I don't pay much attention to end of season awards, if I'm being honest.
Great question, by the way, from Snazzy. Tom and Charlie, what is one fact that people don't know about you?
Okay.
Charlie, you're first.
Oh, okay. What is one fact people don't know about me? That's a great question. I'm trying to think, because I'm actually quite a private person. So not a lot of... So I don't tend to talk a lot about stuff. I tend to just lob random crap out there. So there's a lot of random stuff. I would say this. I could go for... What do you want, Tom? Do you want a silly one, or do you want a one that's mildly more interesting?
You could tell the live chat about the one testicle that you have.
Oh, well that's not true. I have no testicles, thank you very much. I have no testicles, thank you very much. Alright, silly one. Actually, serious one. A couple of people know this. I don't know if Tom knows this. I know Rebecca knows this. I know Mark. I met Mark Ronson. He is...
Oh, no, I do know that,
a semi-family friend. B, the silly one I was going to say, which was the first thing that came into my head, and I tried to think of anything else. I've got a 25 metres swimming certificate.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
What's the fact? Something they don't know about me. I like All right, serious one. I used to play cricket for Yorkshire under 15 level, where I got selected and then never played, unfortunately, because I was away for the summer. I used to be semi-decent at cricket. That was always my sport. And then I guess the silly thing, which I know Charlie loves for me to say as well as Gio, I have a certificate in basketball coaching, officiating, and table scoring.
He does. If you need someone to officiate a basketball match in order to just keep scoreboard working,
this is the guy right here. That's me. Right, 5 minutes ago, I'm going to quickly go to the toilet. If you want to take over, and if people get their score predictions in, I guess. Have I left you at a bad time?
No, I think I've got it. You can go now. Farewell. Leave.
Clayton, how does Tom know Charlie has one testicle? Clayton,
when you're
really good friends with people and you go for breakfast in the mornings and you have a little fondle with your mate's nutsack, it's just...
A fondle? Just a little fondle.
Right, cool, you take over.
Hello, everyone. The sub count is broken. Ignore that. I'll fix it later. That's a lie. So, let's get some score predictions, shall we? I personally am thinking 2-2. His other half in the Albert Hall. I've been to the Royal Albert Hall to watch wrestling and Cirque du Soleil, to be fair. And Marina from Marina Diamonds. So actually I've been 3 times. I forgot about that. I'm saying 2-2. 2-2 is my gut instinct for this one. I think it's going to be a super exciting game. I think it's going to be one where it's going to be exciting no matter what because they have to go for it. And I think the group of players and David Moyes are going to want the win despite being on the beach, technically. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Jeffrey Steady, Charlie, what sort of content are we looking forward to during the short gap between seasons here? Jeffrey, that's an excellent question. We will be having a couple of decent things. I won't. We've got a couple of sort of, if you've enjoyed some videos me and Gio have made in the past, then you'll be happy because we've got a couple of decent ones upcoming, some exciting ones, something a bit different, something no one else on West Ham will do, which will be exciting. But I won't give you too much. What I will say is there'll probably be a season review very soon after the season finishes, at least. But there's some exciting things in the pipeline. I don't want to say too much, mainly because I don't know exactly what we'll end up doing. But some exciting stuff. So let's see what some of the things people are going. So sub-om gamer, 2-1 Villa, fair. Ethan Cooper 2-1 Aston Villa. That's fair. I do think it's going to be. Look, they want the win more than we'll want the win. Let's be real about it. John Kedwood 3-1 Irons. Big. Andy Walsh 3-0. Even bigger. Migsy 2-1. Logan 3-2 to the Hammers. High scoring game. So I think it's going to be high scoring as well. Big Rob, Batman himself. 3-0. Shout out Robert. Big Mr. Squirrel 8-bit party 8-bit shout out, love that. It was one of my favourite bits. 16 wasn't as good as 8, to be honest with you. 5-0 bold. I cannot lie, very bold. James Gone, I think we could do him a 3-1 Johnson double. That's another big shout. That's another big shout. Rebecca says she sang at the Albert Hall. I don't believe her. More info, Rebecca, more info. I'll say this actually just before Tom gets back and we'll get his and we'll go over the rest. If you don't know, we're of course sponsored today by the One Football app. It's a big app. It does big things. If you want to keep up with anything to do with football, then definitely give it a download. It's really useful, really easy to use. You can literally even select West Ham just to check all the West Ham stuff, checking up stats, checking up everything else. It's just useful. It's just useful to have on your phone, to be honest with you, if you're a football fan. So check it out. The One Football app, everyone. They're sponsoring us today. So shout out to them as well. Back to score predictions. Foshizi 3-1 West Ham, Antonio Souček and Bowen with his first goal. Interesting. I think Bowen scored. Bowen scored before lockdown, pre-lockdown. I think it was his first game or second game or something. I can hear Tom coming back, by the way, everyone. So can you actually. I've left his audio on. I forgot. Wouldn't usually do it, but I did this time. Is he ready? Yes, he is. There he is. There we go. Tom, what's your score prediction? Good. Solid
3-2.
response.
3-2 West Ham. 3-2 West Ham. I'm going big. Final day, I'm going big.
That's big. 3-2.
Going very big.
There's a couple of people have agreed with you with that big scoreline suggestions. A lot of people thinking high scoring. Which I agree with. I've said 2-2, but I do agree with a high scoring game, to be honest. I mean, even going back to the people who I haven't read out yet, I mean, we're looking at, sorry if you can see the mouse on the screen. We're looking at Teapot Pixie, 3-2 Irons, Villa to stage a late comeback. There you go. Rebecca's also saying 2-2. Foshizi, 3-1 West Ham. I read that one. I'm an idiot. Paschal Johnson, West Ham 1, Aston Villa 3. Scotty D, 3-3. You know what I mean? Lots of high scoring things. Jeffrey Stelly, 2-2. Thank you for agreeing with me, Jeffrey. I knew you were a man of sense. Gale, 2-0. Tom, he's just gone. Is that the dog? Are we getting dog?
Oh, shit.
No, we're just getting a conversation. I'm just going to mute him while he talks to his mum. I feel like it's a bit... There she is. Slowly wandering. Just big deal. Seaside Hammer, afternoon all 2-2. Afternoon, Seaside Hammer. 2-2.
Apologies.
No, that's right. That's right. Everyone wants Maisie, let's be real, so it's calm. So it's more than calm.
Hello.
So lots of high scoring. I've actually got this working, which is a grand old time to be alive.
Excellent. Hello.
I'm trying to get it the right... Do you know what? I'll just deal with it. I will just deal with it. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Of course, this is the watch along. We'll be live the entire time. We will be live throughout the whole first half time, all of the second half, and then just a little bit after full time while Gia sets up his live stream review, which we will send you all across to with maximum, you ready for it, Tom? Zeal.
Yeah. I've got to go. I can't really. Hang on, I'm being nuzzled.
I would put you full screen, mate, but to be honest with you, I forgot to make your full screen thing because of the rush we were doing before the show.
That's okay. Yeah, thanks, Maze. Thank you so much. um, sorry, I'm being nuzzled, people. Are we wearing our new kit then today? Is that
supposedly yes, and now I'm looking. We are in fact wearing a new kit. It looks a bit. Can I say this? It looks a little bit better than I thought it did. Now I'm seeing it in person, but I'm still not a huge fan of it. If I'm being honest, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, now I've seen it. I don't know. Am I? Sorry, I'm being licked to death. I do apologise. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm a big fan of it or not yet.
I wasn't looking at it. I wasn't super into it, but now I'm seeing it a bit more in person. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm a bit more into it. Before I would have said like a 3 out of 10. Now I'm like a 4.55. I'm like, sure, but I want a bit more from it. You know, I'm not a big fan of it. It looks a bit cheap to me. It looks a bit cheap.
I do apologise if anybody was completely distracted by the dog there. She does that.
Which...
she just gets. She loves being involved in the live stream. She hears we go live, and it's like I must come to the stream.
That's fair.
Come say hello. We'll quickly work out in a second who is. I don't like that. Can somebody unsubscribe or subscribe, please? We're on 12,666 subscribers.
I'm going to say it, Tom. You ready for this? Shout out to the devil.
Please, I do not. No.
But legit, thank you if you've joined us for any of the watch-alongs throughout the course of the season, since restart. We genuinely, I speak for Tom when I say he doesn't like you, but I really do. Genuinely, thank you.
Every time I've done that, every time I've said, I probably speak for Charlie when I say thank you so much. Dwight Gale has already scored for Newcastle.
Dwight Gale has already got a goal.
Right. Okay. We need to make sure. I'm gonna have BBC Sport open on my computer so I know what's going on. You need to tell me when you go live.
In what set? The kickoff's already happened for me.
Sorry. Okay, give me a time that you're on.
Okay, the timer currently is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, etc. How far are you?
Okay,
where are you?
I'm a second or so behind.
Okay, well I'll just leave it then. I'm not going to bother touching it because that's scary for me.
Nope,
I don't want to break anything. There's already a lot of thing. Yeah,
no, okay. Let me quickly get BBC Sport open.
Maybe my favourite live chat comment we've ever had. Foshizi, just with one word, Lucifer. Big up the big man downstairs, you know what I mean? Wasn't Lucifer a show on Amazon Prime? I feel like it might have been.
It might have been, yeah. Say your timing again, just for me. Sorry to be a pain.
101, 02, 03, 04.
Okay, yeah, that's on. Let me just get live score up.
Jose Luis Pro Skills, who do you think will win? I'm saying 2-2. Tom is saying 3-2 to West Ham.
Bloody hell, Newcastle up against already against Liverpool.
That is mad.
Bloody hell.
So we've set up how we usually set up, aka sitting back, keeping it calm, and trying to break Santonio, who's a bit too isolated. Omar, any free stream to watch, my friend? We don't have any, unfortunately. We don't post them in the live chat, so YouTube and copyright people can't kill us. However, if you Google, I don't know, say Reddit soccer streams, you'll probably find what you're looking for. Same thing goes out to Sigma. We are not showing it. Ian Stewart, come on Villa. Welcome, Ian. If you're not already, subscribe. Like, Tommy, we pleased to know someone unsubscribed, so we no longer have 666.
Oh yeah, maybe I should have said just someone subscribe. I have not done well here.
Because what you forgot here is that means we have to go back to 666 at some point.
This is very true.
Jez, just to mention, the Liverpool side is so weak, no Salah, no Mane, or Firmino. Interesting. I did not know that. I don't actually know how any of the other teams have looked up. As you've seen, I've been running this, so I've been a bit all over the shop. So I haven't actually seen how any of the other teams have set up. So that's interesting.
In terms of set up, in terms of what?
Oh, just at all. I haven't seen any of the starting lineups for any team.
Yeah, Liverpool is not necessarily their reserves, but it's got like Nico Williams and Naby Keita in and stuff like that. So it's not like
Well, no, to be
overly.
fair, Naby Keita's gone absolute screamer anyway.
He did indeed. Let's quickly have a look at the Bournemouth lineup, just so we kind of know, and the Watford one as well. I'm just intrigued to see.
Patrick, unfortunately, you should sub and turn on notifications anyway, but we can't show it again. Because again, the Premier League will murder us.
They will kill us.
The man who's in charge of the Premier League now? I'm going to say Mike Dean. Mike Dean will come to our house and murder us in our sleep. So
God, Mike Dean, bloody hell.
He'll do it in a flamboyant nature. Sorry, go
on. Both Bournemouth and Watford also sort of similar in terms of the way you would expect them to line up. I would say like King and Wilson, Solanke, Lerma, Brooks. Centre halves, they are Lloyd Kelly and Steve Cook. No Ake, who did get actually quite badly injured. He maybe done his groin the other day, which is intriguing. Arsenal. Let's quickly have a look. Everton, Seamus Coleman, Pickford, Keane, Braithwaite. Arsenal are 1-0 up against Watford, ladies and gentlemen. They have just scored. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has just scored.
Blood Clot Yang.
Gunman.
Gunman.
Yeah, Hamadan under saying it's not nice to give a damn about the game. I know. It's nice, isn't it? We can sort of just sit back and relax. Thankfully. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has just scored, so Watford pushed further down into the relegation zone. Well, I say push further down. It's goal difference wise, isn't it? So, interesting. Oh, I do love a final day. Let us know if you let me know specifically, because I take more of an interest. Has anybody got any final day bets rituals? I always used to do both teams to score in every single game of the final day, because it always was goals across the board, goals. So I used to do every single game.
You've not got any today, have you? No.
Say again.
You've not done any today, have you?
No, I have not. I've stopped gambling, really.
Probably for the best. It means you can afford stuff like Ghost of Tsushima when it comes out. You don't have to,
For those looking for a stream, again, we cannot recommend you that we can't link the game, but if you go and look for Reddit soccer streams, you will probably find what you're looking for there, as Jack Grealish looks to have a scrap within the first 6 minutes of the game. Reddit soccer streams, you will probably find what you're looking for. Obviously, we can't show it because we'll end up getting taken down, and we don't want to do that. But you'll find a reliable. There were loads of streams under that name. So
we've had a friends that we haven't. Thankfully, we've managed to avoid it because we've been sensible. But there's been friends of ours who have been doing watch-alongs as well, who even just having the audio on for a very, very brief amount of time in another language got us got. So
Bob Collison, my final day ritual was to get pissed.
I respect that.
I respect that 100%. I bet you haven't stopped gambling, says Hamadan. I have, I promise you. It's genuinely, it's probably, I don't know, it's always been last year or so, I'd say.
It's good though. I mean, money is nice to have. As someone who doesn't have any money, I'll say money is a good thing to have.
Yeah, apparently Reddit soccer streams is not working. Look quickly.
So the game's starting just while Tom looks for stuff. I mean, the game started how you'd expect. Slightly cagey. Both teams sort of. I don't know. Villa are certainly being a bit more adventurous than we are. We're very much playing counter-attack, as you would expect under David Moyes. It's a very David Moyes setup. Cagey. No team come out on the best yet. About 7 minutes in, so. I feel like.
Interesting. There isn't any streams. No idea what's going on there. Norwich are beating Man City 1-0 away from home.
Go on, Norwich.
Interesting.
Imagine if Norwich... they didn't beat Man... No, they did beat Man City. Imagine if Norwich did the double over City.
That would be unbelievable. And City, by the way, have got Jesus Sterling, David Silva, final game in the Premier League, which is a sad, sad sight. But yes, Onel Hernandez with the goal for Norwich City. Unfortunately for them, couldn't have come a couple of weeks earlier. So they had at least something to fight for on the final day of the season. yeah, we are going to try and keep you up to date as best as possible with everything that's going on around the league in terms of score-wise. I do have several things open to help me with that. But yes, the only update in the first game is Watford are losing. So obviously for Bournemouth and Villa fans, that is good for you. Yeah, a lot of people coming in today, obviously wanting to watch the game. I'm going to try and find a website. I'm not going to link the game in here, but I'm going to try and find a decent website that may be working.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure hit the sub button if you're new around here. Hit the like button if you enjoy it, of course. You know, just a nice thing to do, isn't it? Just a nice thing to do. We can't unfortunately show the game because again, the Premier League will literally murder us, and that's something we don't want to happen. But you know, it's what it is.
Oh, Norwich's goal just got ruled out for offside. Ah, shame.
Sure.
Shame. I used to know all the streaming websites, but I don't know any now.
I had the exact same problem earlier on today when someone asked me. My brain just sort of froze. I think it's because I've been watching the games legally for definitely not the first time in my life. I feel like, I don't know, neither team are quite taking control of it yet. We're sort of about, but we're not quite there. Villa probably had more possession. I don't know what the stats look like, but I'd guess they had more. But they're just not. They've not really done anything from it. They're not overly committing an attack, which is what you'd expect it to be a bit cagey. And we're playing well. We're playing very, very David Moyesy football.
Yeah, sorry, I have not been really watching the West Ham game yet. I am now. That's interesting though, isn't it? A stat that massive for Declan Rice, who played every single minute of the Premier League so far this thing. But yes, Sam Smelly says, as an Aston Villa fan here from Australia, I appreciate what you're doing. I'll happily subscribe. I appreciate that, mate.
Thank you, bro.
Very, very, very kind of you. Patrick Greeny said, show us the game. Patrick, can you show us the game, lads? We cannot, unfortunately. It's not. I mean, if it was, you know, law abiding, then I'm sure we would, you know. But it's not, unfortunately. And
also, low key, I'm just going to tell you that Antonio. Oh, Antonio. I'll say this, Patrick, while Tom reacts. It's literally being shown on my phone, and I don't think you want to see a game shown through an okay webcam and a very cheap phone. I don't believe that's how you wish to watch the game, unfortunately. Antonio, incredibly close, came in, he just slices it with the outside of his foot.
You would have thought.
It's over the top. It's a great chance to be fair.
Have a penalty.
It's lucky it comes through to him, but he slices it with the outside of his boot, and he's...
Bloody hell. You would have expected of anybody to hit that. He's just hit that with the outside of his foot. Penalty stands. Bournemouth have a penalty currently against Everton. Man City have also just gone 1-0 up, and Spurs have gone 1 up against Crystal Palace. Let me just see if Bournemouth score the penalty, because obviously that will shake everything up again. Gio believes that Bournemouth will survive. The Bournemouth goal here would draw them level on goal difference, and Bournemouth have scored their penalty.
Same.
So it's bloody hell, right? Josh King has just scored. Let's just have a look. I don't know what that does to the table, but yes, Bournemouth are 1-0 up now. Okay, so Bournemouth go to 18th position. Villa still 1 point above them at the moment. So obviously, if we score against Villa, that knocks Bournemouth up out of the relegation zone.
Bournemouth need both Villa and Watford to lose, I believe.
I feel like Jeff Stelling right now. This is brilliant.
James going, Charlie, can you hold the phone near your glasses and we can watch the reflection? I love that, but I don't want to risk it. But I am very tempted with such an insane idea.
Yeah, Villa a point ahead one at the minute. Apparently, Jesus has just scored for City. what man, he has risen. Oh yes, also I need to keep an eye on what's happening for top four as well, because at the minute Spurs are in at sixth. Leicester just missing out on top four. But again, if they beat United today, they are in and United are out. There's actually so much happening on the final day. It's just trying to keep track of everything that's going on. Charlie, you can watch the game. I'll keep track of what's going on around the grounds.
Tom, do me a favour. Just look at Discord a second.
Watch you just devour a croissant. Oh, look at that. That is lovely.
It's a good
thing
day.
of beauty.
It's a good day.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly, I would have expected Antonio to bury that, especially the form he's in. But then again, excuse me, it is Mikel Antonio.
Question for the live chat. If you're a West Ham fan in live chat, which would obviously be the majority of you, if you had to pick one Villa player to take this summer, who would you pick? And if you're a Villa fan, or a fan of another team, if you had to pick one West Ham player to take, who would you take?
You are limited in terms of characters, but give a little reason why, even if it's just pace.
Yeah, that's fair. Tom, who would you pick?
Samatta with a good header down. I would say Jack Grealish, obviously, for me. 100%. I just think because depending on what happens with Anderson this summer, I would take him. But then again, see McGinn potentially. But if we kept Declan Rice, I don't think we'd need one of those guys. Maybe instead of Noble, I don't know. There's a couple I guess I'd take. Yeah, Ezri Konsa says Nicola Mayer. It's a good shout. Grealish need a new 10. McGinn says Eric. Yeah. What about you, Charlie? Who would you take?
McGinn for me. He's just my favourite Villa player by a distance. To be fair, I'd consider Douglas Luiz for if Rice was to go. As much as I'd want Douglas Luiz as a backup to Rice, I think that's a bit mad. I'd like Mings for a centre back option, but again, I don't know if he's a starter more than a backup, and I don't know if he gets in. Well, I guess you could put him ahead of Okbona next season or something. I don't know, but yeah, there's a couple of players I would take, but John McGinn, Pepe Reina, just because I love Pepe Reina. But yeah, for me, it's John McGinn. John McGinn's just a baller, utter baller.
John McGinn. Sam Smedley, I would take Felipe Anderson because I reckon he's class at times and get the stats when needed. See, I think Sam is a. Sorry, my dad's just texted me. Can you send me a link to West Ham game so Smithy can watch it in a minute? Yeah, he's. Don't be shocked when he just goes on a cold streak for a few games. Is all I'd say. Unfortunately.
I mean, looking through, so we got obviously, like you said, Konsa and Nicholas says Konsa, Eric says McGinn. Shout out Eric. Rob, Grealish need a new 10. You read that one out. Foshizi, Grealish or Douglas Luiz. Fair. You just read Sam's, but I'll say it again, I would take Felipe Anderson because I reckon he's class at times and can get stats when needed. Yeah, I think I like him more than most West Ham fans do. I'll give you that much, mate. But I think most West Ham fans would probably go, yeah, sure. Kane Thompson, Antonio, fair. I would say don't expect what you think you're going to get from him. Clive, Pepe, because I'm a goalie. Pepe, he's just a good lad. I want Reina to have more respect than he gets, bro. He's just a
Pepe Reina. If you see how many clean sheets he's had in the Premier League, he must be up there top 10 at least, top 5 maybe even.
Dude's done bits.
He has. I'm just going to quickly just check that because that's a stat I'm intrigued to see.
James Gunn, I love John McGinn. Imagine a midfield of Rice, Suchik, and McGinn. That's what I'm saying. It'd be Peng. That's a midfield I want. I love that midfield. I love that.
Joe Coleman, your text is visible on the screen, mate. We can see you.
Pod.
Yeah, Pepe Reina is 6th all time in clean sheets in the Premier League, 136, one behind Nigel Martin. What a man!
Lost that one. Hammer down under. Tom used to be indecisive. Now he isn't so sure. What I like. Can we just talk about in the build-up where Tom refused to answer a question because he hadn't formulated opinion, then said he formulated opinion, and then proceeded to change his answer 3 times. So we appreciate it.
Exactly. Best way to be.
Tom, should I try and put the live chat on the screen? I think I should try.
You could try, yeah. It'd be good.
I don't know. Listen, guys, I'm going to do this live. We'll just see what happens.
We're just going to do it live. I mean, if these carry over into next season, it would be a good test to see for next season how it would look.
Oh, wrong button. Here we go.
Yeah, a lot of people come in from FIFA because they need Villa to win because they've got Trezeguet. I back it.
I respect it. I don't respect it.
To be fair, I haven't even seen what Masuaku's upgraded stats will be like. I did do Vinicius Junior though, so he does not fit in my team. Trezeguet. I have Vinicius Junior instead. I've got a filthy little FIFA team going on with Dembele and some other people. Just seeing you getting your.
There you go. That'll do for now. Welcome everyone. It's not perfect. We were planning on doing something a bit more fancy. But time was against us, unfortunately. So if these do carry on next season, which I'm sort of semi-planning on them doing, I'd quite like to do them at least for some games. Maybe we'll have a bit more fancy. But for now, there you go. There is the live chat.
So I'm just watching it on YouTube, just seeing your live chat. Look at the techers. Big techers there.
In fact, I'm going to perfect it a little bit, guys.
All right, go for it, mate. Go for it.
Want to do a bit
You're all here to see it on the final day of the season. Apparently, Henry Parker said there is a plug-in to pull the chat in, which looks much better than on the screen app.
There is. I agree. We had an idea to properly finesse it, but we just didn't. To be honest with you, mate, we just didn't have time.
We ran out of time. We didn't.
There we go. That's a bit cleaner. Welcome everyone. Henry Parker, who also asked if we're using Streamlabs OBS. No, Henry, we're using just OBS Studio itself. And that's because that's the one we started using at the beginning, and so we've just stuck with it. Although I have been looking into Streamlabs OBS.
Brighton and Hove Albion have scored against Burnley. Obviously, that does nothing except pump them above us in the table as it currently stands. They're obviously safe from relegation at the moment. So, what are Burnley looking like? Could Burnley get anything from today? Burnley, yeah, I don't think they can push for a European spot. Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
No, so we're starting to put them a little bit under the cosh here. We're not creating hundreds and hundreds of chances by any stretch of imagination. We're certainly getting a bit more possession, in and around their area, which is good.
I fully back all the people that have come in here just to see if their Trezeguet ends up getting upgraded.
I fully respect it. I don't even play FIFA, but I fully respect it. I do fully respect it.
I knew the stakes going into this game, but thankfully it didn't affect me. As I've just set stereo off with my headphone.
Declan Rice bloody loves a long shot now, doesn't he? He cannot stop doing it. If I'm David Moyes, I'm telling him maybe to stop, because he literally will not stop. Well, he's probably been told to by Moyes, to be fair. But he's got one, and then since then he's been doing nothing but getting in that area and absolutely blasting it, which I do respect.
You've had a question here from Jeffrey Stelly, a good man who's been with us the last few weeks, asking about how can he join the Patreon. Charlie knows better than I.
Jeffrey, thank you. For a start, thank you for all the support, Jeffrey. In the link in the description below, there is a link to our Patreon. If you click on that, you can see the 3 tiers that there are for the Patreon. There is, I can't remember what the bottom one's called. Then you have Hammers Chat Mild Addict, and then Hammers Chat Addict, which is the top one. If you get involved in that, you'll be not only will you be able to see the Patreon exclusive podcast myself and Ray Borum do, which is 2 Spanners 1 Hammer. There's lots of other content that goes up on there from Gian Gonzo as well. It gives you an opportunity to be on that podcast as well, which is a fun thing to do, because we have a chat, have a fun old time. So yeah, there's a link in the description below. If you click on that, it should be self-explanatory. If not, leave us another message. I'll let you know.
Let's. Where was it? I just say, Eric is not happy with the live chat on the screen. Do apologise. Do apologise, Eric. Just trying something. What else we got here? Scores on the door. Still no changes. Obviously, it really does. A lot of what happens in the next sort of, well, whoever scores first in this game really is going is going to affect obviously what happens in this game and around, because obviously if we score, it pushes Bournemouth into safety. Go on, Antonio.
You've somehow got further away from me. Did you close the app and open it again?
Yeah, because I accidentally started Siri off in my headphones. So am I ahead of you now?
No, you're behind.
I do apologise.
Harsh yellow card for Antonio there, I think.
That is a bit harsh.
Bit of a clash, but
don't worry, Fo. It will be coming, I'm sure, at halftime, possibly.
I've already started. I've eaten a croissant already. I've got 2 more to go.
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong. They're coming.
Yeah, if you are new around here, do drop a subscribe. Do drop a subscription to Hammers Chat to us. Don't forget to like the video, as so many of you have already. Really helps us, helps the channel. We're trying to push as close as we can to 12,700 before the end of the
end of the game,
end of the game, and end of the season. I mean, to be fair, it's pretty much near on like 700 subscribers since we've been back since the restart. It's been unbelievable support from you guys, as Arsenal have just scored as Kieran Tierney, that famed Northern Irishman. I know he's Scotsman. But Watford are now 2-0 down. Watford are pretty much gone, guys. Yeah, Watford are gone, which is crazy. Seems crazy. But Watford 2-0 down. Who looks the better team right now? Zeldom's. I'd say West Ham.
West Ham, not by much. Drinks break. Hydrate, everyone. Stay hydrated. H2O and that.
Rehydration station.
I would say West Ham probably a bit. It's been a cagey opening, to be fair. No team have really fully grasped the opportunity it had. They both. I don't know if either of them would be happy. Maybe David Moyes slightly happier, because I do think they've been slightly better.
Zeldoms is here for the Trezeguet, so he probably won't like to hear that West Ham are on top. I'm sorry, I do apologise. If you end up with a 92 Masuaku,
we apologise.
So sorry. Yeah, it's a decent starting, but yeah, Watford are pretty much gone, which just feels mad, really, just to see where they were. I honestly thought that Watford were going to survive a couple of weeks ago. I did not fathom that, especially when we went into that Watford game, especially with it was a big gap, wasn't it? But then Villa won against Palace, and then Bournemouth won, didn't they, against Leicester, and it threw Watford right back into it. And obviously then Watford played us and lost. But yeah, Watford. What are your thoughts on that, Charlie? Are you happy Watford are gone? Are you a bit shocked? Are you?
I was happy.
The Santino, we commentate the game, Santino, but it's a drinks break at the minute, mate. So yeah.
Out of the 3, like I said before, out of the 3, it would be, I would pick Bournemouth, then Watford, then Aston Villa to stay up in terms of what do I want.
Sheffield United.
Because I don't know, I just prefer the smaller teams, to be honest with you. I look at Villa and I think, well, if you're not in the Premier League, it's kind of your own fault. Whereas I look at Bournemouth and I think, right, you've actually got quite a lot working against you to be in the Premier League, so it's actually really impressive. Yeah. But yeah, Watford, I mean, like I said, I can't. Before, with their managerial merry-go-round switching, the Italian style of managerial switching, I was like, do you know what? I don't agree with it, but it was sort of working for them. They seemed to be continuously hiring decent enough managers. It was working out. But the problem is when you do have that sort of constant churn, and it's similar to the player situation at. It's similar to the player situation at. Wait for it. Southampton, is that will catch up with you eventually. And I think that's what's the problem with Watford is 2 bad managers in a row, and all of a sudden they're in the league below. They've got a couple of decent players, so they've been probably a little. I think they've maybe been a bit unfortunate with injuries, but if one injury means you go down, then you're a bit screwed. What about you? How do you feel?
I'm just going to put, just for those that are joining, I'm just going to quickly update the thing, just so people know that we will have final day updates in the description of the video, so they know that they can keep up to date. As John Lundstrom did score for Sheffield United to put them 1 up against Southampton. Danny Ings, who is still going for the Golden Boot, is 2 behind Vardy, as is Aubameyang currently. I reckon Arsenal are going to batter Watford, and Aubameyang just ends up getting the golden boot, scores 4, and does a madness. Yeah, I'm glad in a way. Not glad that they're going down, because like I said, I don't like it when any club goes down, because they may never come back. But for me, I think it's just the hierarchy at Watford has been so poor in recent times that it's just you're never going to end up being successful or build a successful side if you keep sacking the manager every season. And I mean, it's not like.
Well, the thing is, you can. The thing is, you can, but it requires a hell of a lot. It's a decent.
But I feel like they've been doing it now for the last 4 years, easily.
But they do. It's Italy. It's Italian style management. Italy. Look at Italian league. They do that sort of stuff all the time. Yeah.
Eric, you may have to update your recent donator, as Eric has donated. We're going to have to work out the crone again.
Eric, thank you so much. We appreciate it. While Tom figures out
I think it's £2. It's a £3. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Also,
well, it's out last time.
West Ham FC. This is the West Ham side of the watch along. Welcome. Subscribe if you're new around here and hit the like button. Thank you, Eric. I will put you in the thing now. We appreciate it.
Really appreciate that, Eric. Top man, as always. Who's been very supportive of donating these last few live streams. He's been to be fair, I'd never seen Eric really around so much until we've done these watch-alongs, and his support and his donations, everything like that, has been absolutely superb. We really appreciate that. But he is right. Subscribe, and your Trezeguet will get upgraded.
Yes, yes.
Subscribe, and we will make sure Aston Villa win. No, really, really appreciate that, Eric. Really, 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 really helpful as always. Goes in our biscuit fund.
It does.
Antonio with another sloppy little foul. A few back. Thanks for that, Charlie. Make sure credit goes to you, not to you, not the big G's. Well,
listen. I'll say this.
He is the big G, the biggest of G's.
As this very tight T-shirt proves. I'll take any credit. If I can see some credit, if I can take it, yoink, I'm taking that. You know what I mean?
Faux Sheezy with the £5 donation saying Noble is playing as our headless chicken.
Fo, thank you so much, my friend.
Before we go anywhere, Fo, thank you so much. You are such a lad. Another person, Fo, who's been around for ages. We've known Fo for what feels. I know you've met Fo before, haven't you?
I have. He's a lovely man.
I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him. I'm sure I will soon, but I've met him through like the American Hammers stuff. He's been around for a while, and another massive supporter of our channel. Helped donating and stuff like that. And
cheeky bonus, he's also into wrestling, so that helps. That helps for me personally, anyway. Thank you both.
Mr. Squirrel's party doesn't go towards Gonzo's pinball machines.
I don't know if he can fit any more pinball machines in that place.
He can try.
I think if one person will try out, it'll be Gonzo. Man will be looking like a man's shed's going to be looking like a flipping
he's going to
arcade in Margate by the end of the season. I'll tell you that much for a fact.
He's literally going to start charging people to come and use his arcades.
Yeah,
you have a mini arcade. I love it.
He's got a lot.
Anyway, I'm getting uber distracted. I've got so much going around me in front of me. I love it. I'll let you comment on the game for a second.
We've distracted you from that. We've carried on how we did. So we're more in control of the game. Villa are sitting back, not really fully. They weren't committing anyway. I didn't think they were going to commit, but they aren't. They're struggling a bit here. We're sort of in full control of the game. We're not really doing anything super incisive with the ball yet. And like I said, I've said this many times on many of these streams and on the previews and stuff. I just don't feel like we're that good at breaking teams down yet who are sitting deep, and that's what we're finding here. For example, the Burnley match was a great example, right, where they are a team who very much sit deep and encounter, and we couldn't break them down. And this feels like that. But we're in a decent spell of possession, and if we can do a little bit of something here, it'll be decent. But yeah, as it stands, 0-0. Rice went for it as per usual. And it just wasn't happening. Genuinely think he should stop doing it. But there we go.
William Aston says, I would give my left testicle for a Villa win. Is that because you are an Aston Villa fan, or are you hoping for the Trezeguet SBC? As we have a few of those. I would assume he's an Aston Villa fan.
Welcome if you are. Subscribe, like the video, stick around. We'll be asking, if you are a Villa fan, we'd be asking for your opinions at half-time and at full-time.
Oh, Declan Rice.
Because we quite want to know. We always like to hear the opposition opinion as well as the West Ham position, of course.
Of course we do. I was quite far behind them, but I've just caught up.
Yeah,
for whatever reason. I don't know why. Arsenal are 3-0 up against Watford now. Aubameyang has scored again. I maybe have been right in my assumption.
The Watford one's interesting because I couldn't tell A, what Watford team were going to turn up, and B, what Arsenal team were going to turn
Yeah.
up. They're both teams who can be incredible and can be bad on their day. It seems that the badness and the good Arsenal turned up. So there you go.
Watford are gone. Arsenal are 3 up now. I think we can safe to say that. How long have they been back in the Prem now? Watford, 4 years, 5 years.
Like that, after that mad final day of the season.
Aubameyang now 1 goal behind. 1 goal behind Jamie Vardy for the Golden Boot. I said he was going to get 4, and somehow take the title from him. Danny Ings is still 2 goals behind as well.
Can we just say, Mr. Squirrel's 8-bit party? I'm a Tom fan. Fair mate. I'm a Tom fan.
Yes.
There's a reason he's here. It's because I am a Tom fan.
Thanks. Really appreciate it. James Gunn. James Gunn. What a man. What a man. Don't think we've seen him donate before, but that's really appreciate it. Favourite biscuit, guys. Buy yourself some as a treat for me. Love the channel. Been watching for years. I'm sure we will. It will go in the biscuit fund.
It will go in the biscuit fund. Also, favourite biscuit. I will say I've just put croissant crumbs in my keyboard, which I'm not super hyped about. My favourite biscuit, I would say it depends. I love a chocolate hobnob. You give me a chocolate hobnob, I'll tell you what, I'm having a good day. But if you're just looking for a plain one, maybe dunking a tea, for example, I think a plain digestive goes a long way. You know what I mean?
Aston Villa do have a corner, by the way.
I know. I'm looking. I'm just saying.
I'm a little.
Tom, what's yours?
I'm a little panicked in that corner. Your talk of chocolate hobnobs and corner to Aston Villa has suddenly scared me.
Okay. Spoilers. Nothing happens. What's your favourite biscuit, bro?
Could we count a Jaffa cake as a biscuit, or is that a cake? I don't want to completely send the cat into complete mayhem.
Okay. As an accountant, I can tell you it's officially a cake.
Right.
I would class it as a biscuit, but financially it counts as a cake.
Okay. To not be awkward, do you know what I love? I love dark chocolate digestives. I don't know why. I just feel like they bang a bit better than the milk chocolate ones. I do love a dark chocolate digestive, especially with a coffee. I think they are peng.
I personally don't like dark chocolate, so that's the problem. But I can see the logic.
I don't like dark chocolate, but I love dark chocolate digestives. I don't know why.
What crowds are allowed back in the stadiums? I need to fly over to London and go to a game and the boats. I want the full-on Hamish chat experience. Says Eric.
Oh, Eric, yes.
You need to get involved, mate. You need to get involved.
You can either choose the Charlie experience with no alcohol, or you choose the Tom and Gio, Gonzo, and everybody else experience, which just gets absolutely rat-assed.
Which is, I would say too much alcohol, but I do respect it. It. Just make sure what I say is this: if you choose with rollerbladers in Stratford, that is the thing that happens. I'll say this: if you want to get in fights with rollerbladers in Stratford, levels of drink, which is of course the Tom and Gio method, then don't make sure you've not got anything to do that evening. For example, going back on a bus or a train somewhere, because it's unlikely.
Sub-home gamer saying we're not settled. Think we need to get to half-time quicker. To be fair though, I think the fact that if you go into the break at 0-0, I think you'll be much the more positive side, especially the results around you at the minute. Obviously the Bournemouth one's a little bit tetchy, but I think you'd be happy. I think going at half-time at 0-0. Clips said Charlie wouldn't give a testicle for a West Ham win. He'd have none left, according to Tom.
I need it for stuff.
He's like Logan Paul and lost 15 to 20% of his testy.
I need it for stuff.
Mr. Squirrel's 8-bit party, what a name, by the way. Nice one, Fo, and James and Eric for the donation. Yeah, massively appreciate them. You guys have been just so supportive of us.
Massively.
It's just been crazy, humbled almost, because I disappeared for a little bit, but as Virgil van Dijk has scored, I believe, for Liverpool. Yep. I've been away for a little while, so knowing that coming back, it's been so seamless and rejuvenating all of this.
Literally anyone who's watched, commented. That's a huge thing for us. Like, myself and Tom. Obviously, we do a lot of behind the scenes stuff at Hammers Chat. We're not necessarily the people who are on the screen all of the time. Could ball in, couldn't quite do anything. Suchek getting in a good position again though. We obviously do a lot of behind the scenes stuff at Hammers Chat. We aren't one of the two main people who you see on the screen all of the time. And the fact that we've done these and they've been, they've been popular. They've been good. I mean, like everyone here getting involved, like the people who have donated today. I mean, all three of you have been around almost every single one. Absolute legends. The three of you, thank you so much. But then everyone else as well who's been about in all of them. Clayton, who's been in basically everyone. Clips, who's been in everyone. Seaside Hammer, who's been in everyone. You're all like, it means a lot. It genuinely means a lot. Because
it's been humbling the last few weeks, especially like the thing is it's weird because I mean I watch streamers myself, of course playing games, as I'm sure most people that play video games do love to watch streamers and stuff, but yeah you see them getting donations every 5 seconds and it's just like you just like wow, but when somebody does it for you, it's very humbling. It's been very nice. Every single one of you that's subscribed, just liked the video, just everything. Yeah, sorry, soft spot moment, I guess, because it is the last one of the season. We can do it, but Hammer Down Under says, "Oi, yes, you have been present for all of them as well."
Of course, yeah, Hammer Down Under definitely has. Yeah, I was just saying to people who I could currently see on the screen. There's obviously a bunch more. Hammers Down Under, Mixie's been in a lot of them, for example, as well, and even people who've only come up for like just one, like for example. I don't know, Mr. Squirrel's 8-Bit Party, for example, I don't think has joined us before, or at least I don't remember. If I forget, then I apologise, Mr. Squirrel. But like anyone who's literally rocked up are legit legends, and we really genuinely appreciate it.
Yeah. As we tick over ever so closer to the 12,700.
We're getting dangerously close. We're getting dangerously close.
Eric said, I think Alan Robin is sorry, who's been around a lot the last few weeks, says, "Are West Ham playing well or on the beach?"
I think we're playing all right. I certainly wouldn't claim we're on the beach at all. We're not top gear.
We're not out of top gear, are we? Yeah, but we're comfortable.
I think we're in control. We're in control of the game.
Yeah.
Decent balling by Johnson. No one there. Fair enough. Yeah, I wouldn't say we're on the beach by any stretch of imagination. Definitely not. Definitely not.
Eric says, "I think I want the Tom and Gio method." You better pack a pair of nappies then, because you're going to shit yourself. Be good fun. Be good fun to see you as Everton have equalised against Bournemouth, and guess who? It's Moisey Keane, of all people. Massive goal there for Aston Villa. Obviously, Watford pretty much we know. Even though they are playing right now and they will go above Bournemouth again on points, Watford are down pretty much because of their scoreline currently with Arsenal. So Bournemouth, puts them back down to 19th. And obviously Aston Villa fans everywhere rejoice.
Samatta's just got a yellow card for an altercation with Ogbonna. And also we just saw Mark Noble twine someone up, which is a rarity. And by twine, I mean he turned slightly to the right. It was a bad time. But free kick West Ham in a good area.
Moisey Keane, that is somebody who's not really seen a lot of time this season for Everton, but obviously has all the promise in the world. But big news for you Villa fans. I can see a lot of you in the chat that are very happy with that goal. It's good for Villa. Both myself and Charlie, actually, funny enough, did say that we wanted Villa to stay up out of everybody, so you have come to the right place. Yes. There's no salt here at all. But yeah, I know somebody mentioned earlier on, they said, Charlie, about they said that Fabianski has made less saves since the restart. I think that's generally because our defence, the first couple of games were a bit nervy, but then we've been a lot more solid, haven't we, the last few weeks?
We have, we definitely have. Our system is set up so we've been a bit better defensively. We've really not ventured forward too often, even in games where we've won by a significant amount. It's not been a case of us being some swashbuckling mad Slav side, for example. We've very...
do have to lie.
Go on. Oh, you just hype about the Trezeguet thing?
No, it was just because I've got all the Watford and Bournemouth live score stuff up on my screen, so I've got the tracker so I can see what's being said. It just said penalty. David Luiz charges into Danny Welbeck from behind the box. The ref points to the spot.
Sounds about right. But yeah, I think our setup and the way we've played meant that Fabianski hasn't needed to make as many saves because we're not conceding as many shots. I would suggest without having a look at the stats. That's how it feels at least. But yeah, I mean Fabianski in general, he's got He's got a year left on his contract after this season ends, Tom. What do you think we should do with Fabianski?
I keep him. I think keepers are like fine wine. I think they are. I think they get better with age. As Deeney puts away the penalty for them, makes it 3-1. Although I think they're too far gone. I really do not see them coming back from 3-1 down. I hope they don't. I think keepers are like fine wine. I think just get better with age. Get better with age. I think we used to nickname we used to use for Kobe, God rest his soul, was they used to call him El Vino because he was like wine. He would always get better with age. And I think keepers are the same. I think that the older they get, the better. I mean, how old was like Van der Sar and Cech and people like that? Like,
true.
I mean, even Pepe Reina now is starting for Villa and stuff. I just think they are better once they get older.
That's fair. I mean, I would keep him around as well. I do think we need to start thinking about his replacement. It's a good opportunity. For Villa.
I would start to think about it. Yeah,
straight into the hands of Fabianski from Grealish there, a decent opportunity. Yeah, I think we need to start looking.
Oh, Grealish with a good chance.
We need to start looking at the replacement for Fabianski. I would give him another contract.
Trot and though, aren't they? They're supposed to be.
I don't. Trot, I'm not convinced by. He's not had a great season out on loan, and that's made me a bit less concerned about that. Trot needs a good loan this season where he plays every single game, ideally in the Championship. But Anang, we'll see what happens. He's young. He's still young. Trot's the next one in line, so I think to see what happens.
I love the FIFA chat in here this week. Cecil Hammer saying, as it stands, Villa could lose 4-0 and stay up, potentially. Although... no, they could, on theory, or 3 now because Watford pulled 1 back. Antonio is getting a bit dangerously close. He's already been booked as well. That would be very Antonio. Bloody hell, that is very silly. Silly.
That was a bit mad.
Can
I get a quick time check from you, please?
I'm on 44.39, 40, 41.
Okay. You're about 10 seconds.
I'm about 10 seconds behind. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Somebody's saying that they've used I've used a 93 rated card on Trezeguet. I put my 92 Grealish, 92 Team Season Mitrovic, and 90 Hugo Lloris in the Trezeguet SBC. Please have a win for my Trezeguet. It's the end of FIFA. Come on, lads. I mean, must be better players than Trezeguet in your teams at the end of thingy. I think I don't even know who's in my team. I've got the Mendy. I've got that Mendy. I've got Pogba, Vinicius Junior, Dembele for the Chem, play 4-5-1. It's all going off. It's all popping off. I do love a bit of FIFA chat.
I respect it. I respect it. I play Pez, but I respect the FIFA chat. I do respect the FIFA chat.
As Bournemouth have scored, Jefferson Lerma, or is that no? Dominic Solanke has scored. Dominic Solanke, who could never score before this last couple of weeks, but Bournemouth are back ahead. So it is apparently it's Jefferson Lerma, but on my thing it is saying Dominic Solanke.
The commentator just said Lerma, but the word said Solanke. So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. Chelsea are 1-0 up as well against Wolves. Big for Chelsea fans going in. Mason Mount scores just before half time. Obviously, that dents Wolves' hopes of getting into the top 4. Really? Is that? No, top 6 for Europa. Burnley have also just scored. Bloody hell, all the scores are coming in before half time. Burnley have just scored. Chris Wood scores. Again, doesn't really do much in terms of any places at the moment, but Manchester City also scored 2-0. Kevin De Bruyne just before half time. Lots of scores coming in. But yeah, Chelsea and United at the minute getting top 4, and as it stands, Bournemouth and Watford getting relegated. Although a goal in this game for us and Villa are down, Bournemouth stay up.
Bloody hell! It's all kicking off. It's all kicking
It's
off.
just been a lot to see.
Final day of the season.
Trezeguet apparently 5-star, 5-star. Did not know that. That's interesting. Did not realise he was 5-star, 5-star. Yeah, Akinfenwa did get a hero card the other day with 99 physical. Charlie, have you seen that?
What man? What a man! He's just a great guy. I love him.
He's just
that
hero.
the interview he gave after they got promoted the other week. Absolute baller. He's like, tell me what we just did, because I can't tell me what we just did. You just got to tell me again.
For him, because he was supposedly subjected to racist abuse in the semi-final, which was it was the week before when they played in the final. So I was happy for him. Actually, it was nice for him. Apparently, Henry Parker says Rocket League is my sports game of choice. I think we have big backing from one of us there.
Excellent choice, Henry. Excellent choice. I love Rocket League. Absolutely adore it. I've been playing Rocket League since the day it came out. I played the one before it as well, Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Powered Battle Cars. I used to play that all the time. All the time. So I do love Rocket League. Jesse, what channel is the game on? It is on BT Sport. Is it BT Sport 1?
Sport.
I don't know.
Yes. For you people, the one goal will be crucial, Kane, of course. Because it literally does. It changes everything right now, obviously. A goal for us. Bournemouth go above Villa. Goal for Villa. They etch towards safety, ever closer.
Half-time whistle goes, and it is 0-0. What does everyone think? What does everyone think in the live chat? While we go to that, I'll go first, I guess.
I'm just going to quickly... Can you give me like 2 minutes while people fill up? I just need a wee.
Go wee, bro. Go wee.
I'll be 2 seconds.
Hello, everyone. Oh, that's popping up. Well, I'll say it anyway. OneFootball. We're sponsored by the OneFootball app, of course. It's a very useful app for any football needs. You can even click on your team of choice, be it West Ham, be it Aston Villa. Only get updates, push notifications to your phone, the whole lot. It's just very useful, and especially in a day like the final day, like now, when there's so much going on. It's very useful to have just to keep up with everything. So as I said, the OneFootball app is available for you. I think the sub count is broken, is what I'm going to say first of all. It's an interesting one. I don't think either team have really super gone for it. I think we've probably gone for it a little bit more than Villa have. We've been a little bit more adventurous, but not by a huge amount, if we're being honest. I think we've been probably in control for the majority of the game, but not anything where we've been stepping up and really putting them under pressure, putting them in big moves or anything like that. So it is what it is, but I mean 0-0 is probably a fair result at half-time. I do think Villa will come out the stronger in the second half. I do think they're going to be really looking for it, because again, although they are in control in the relegation battle, a goal anywhere, like something else changing elsewhere. Bournemouth are in control, so they do need to step up. They're going to need to, then. They're definitely going to need to. I love final day of the season. Everything's just kicking off at once. It's just exciting. Let's see, what's the live chat saying? If you're a Villa fan as well, let me know how you're feeling as the game progresses. What do you think we should do at half time? Let's see what the people are saying. Hello to the live chat, of course. Let's have a little scroll back up a little bit. What are we saying? I'll go back down because we're about to flip back. Budget RB, Trez is better than Vinicius Jr. Bold. James Gunn, and people think we don't need Eze Benrahma. We need someone to create chances versus teams like this. Always struggle against teams. Much chat went. Always struggle against teams that sit back and done since Payet. I agree with you, James. I do. When I say I don't think we need a Benrahma or an Eze, it's more because I feel like we don't have the money to really spend a lot, and we need to sort out our defence quite badly. I do think, although I think Fornals, to be fair, would be a perfect guy if he was playing in the centre, but for some reason he's still playing on the left. And I don't know. It's one of those things. But that is a totally fair comment. That's a total. Clayton, poor. Fair. Bob Collison, let's watch Villa's nerves in the second half. There's a lot. This is the time you step up. You want your captains like Grealish to really get that team going forward, and that's where I thought Watford would have done well, because I do think Deeney is that guy. I do think Deeney is an excellent captain, but obviously the rest of the team is too poor, and now they're as good as gone. I mean, I imagine being a fly in the wall of that dressing room right now. That would be mad. Sub Om, who is of course a Villa fan, need to bring Davis on second half. Samatta just cannot hold the ball up. It's weird for you. I think Villa's biggest problem is just not having a goal scorer. It's a stereotypical thing to say. You would obviously know better than I, but I think if you're down at the bottom, the chances are you haven't got a goal scorer to bang them in, and Villa are very much in that conversation. But that's a fair point. You do need to have someone who to hit. So when you're in those situations like you were when we were in control of the possession, to just get the ball out and to get a counter attack on the way, you do need something like that. So I can agree with that. From your perspective, I agree with that. For me, keep him on, please. Keep him on, please. For CZ James, totally agree, mate. Totally lopsided right wing. Yeah, fair. Henry Parker, where is it? My chat's dodged again. We maintain position well, but very little in the final third, attacking wise. I agree. It's a bit like Pellegrini. It's a bit like Pellegrini because we had the same problem with Pellegrini in that. Can you hear Tom? Same problem with Pellegrini where we didn't have a full force breaking down method. We can get there well enough, but we don't ever have that incisive pass. I think we have the people to do it. We just don't do it on a regular basis. Clayton, Antonio thinks he is a headless chicken when we all know Noble has that title. Fair. Good evening, Tom. Good evening.
Hello. Sorry.
Tom, what do you think? I was just talking to the live chat about what they think. How do you feel about the half so far?
Yeah. I mean, didn't expect. Excuse me. Oh, big yawns. Yeah, I maybe expected Villa to be a bit more sort of off the front foot, come press, come at us, but they've been quite comfortable with sort of allowing us to have the lion's share of possession, majority of the ball, and obviously going to try and look to counter us in the second half, I guess, a bit more. We didn't really create them much. I would say we didn't create as many chances as maybe the last 3 games. Antonio had a glorious chance in the first 15 minutes or so. I can't remember when it was to hit that volley in, and you would have backed him after the last couple of weeks to score that. And again, Suchek getting in the right place at the right time for the to meet a header for a cross, and unfortunately couldn't score. So I'm out of breath of running back and forth downstairs.
Would you make any changes at half time? I mean,
yes.
Okay, go on.
As daft as it sounds, I'd drag Antonio because he looks like he's about to get sent off with the next tackle that he makes. Yeah. He seems mood and feisty today for some reason. I hope that Moyes makes his 5 subs today, and depending on the way the game's going, because I don't know, does he care too much? I don't know. But I'd like to see Xande Silva. I'd like to see Wilshere. Anderson, hopefully, depending. We don't know if this is his last game in a shirt. Haller as well, I guess. But yeah, I'd drag Antonio just because he looks like he's 1 foul away from getting sent off. He's been very careless in the first half.
I think Haller coming on for Antonio would be a decent shout. I think we're struggling to create in the middle of the pitch, and that's just because we don't have super creative people in that area. Moving 4 hours there would be an option. Maybe bringing on someone else on the left. I don't know who. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with taking Antonio off purely because, like you say, he looks like he is destined. He looks like that man is on a mission to end with a red card this season.
Sorry, Mason Mount scored for Chelsea, and then I just saw that Giroud managed to also sneak one in the 45th minute before half time. Bloody hell!
Bloody hell!
What were the live chat saying whilst I was gone for a?
Well, I mean, you can see it on the screen. What a time to be alive! I mean, sort of similar feeling. Like both teams need to step up a little bit in the second half. We've seen one of the Aston Villa people in there. Who was it? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I'll scroll. You can see me scrolling on the screen. We'll figure it out together, won't we? Who was it? We'll get there, everyone. We'll get there. Sobon said feels like they need to bring on Davis to get someone to just control the ball, hold the ball up, and I think that's a fair point. I think that's a fair point. They're struggling a little bit there. When we're in control, we need to just get a ball out, and that could be useful. It's what we've done with Haller since the lockdowns happened. We've brought him on to be that sort of guy. Carlos, which team's playing better? I think West Ham are. I'd make the argument for West Ham.
That's not out of bias either. Generally, I think we've been the better side in that first half.
Yeah, I think opening 10, maybe I'd make the argument for Villa, but I think at this stage West Ham have just regained control, and then after the drinks break, just doubled down on that. But I don't think a goal was necessary, as it were. I believe it was a situation where it was like,
Yeah. Falcon Clan says predictions. Yeah, predictions for the second half, guys. Some of you Villa guys that are in there as well. Have you got some predictions for us? What do you reckon at the minute? Do you think you're going down? Do you think you're staying up? What's the thoughts at half time?
I'm going to stick with my 2-2, which I think is probably a bit bold at this point. I'm going to stick with my 2-2. Because Villa, I think, have to step up, and they're going to. If they don't step up, then they are screwed. And it requires them to take a grasp of it and really go for it. So I'm going to stick with them getting. I don't particularly believe there's 4 goals in this game, but I'll stick with 2-2 anyway.
But Bournemouth are doing what they needed to do, and I think obviously Villa will know what they have to do as well going into the second half. So yeah, I still think Villa even if it's a draw with Charlie, I still think Villa will be safe. Although with Bournemouth winning, obviously it does put the doubt on it at the minute, because they know that obviously 1 goal from West Ham and it changes everything with how it stands at the minute. But yeah,
stand with a solid 6,481 prediction
to 0,
which is a very bold prediction, Stan. I don't think there's that many goals in the game.
Restrings T says, "Who does the one on the right support?" Me, I imagine.
Yes,
because I'm looking at my Discord with you, and I'm on the left.
Yes,
I'm on the right.
You're on the right.
Yeah, I'm West Ham. I just nothing apparently in my backdrop shows that I'm West Ham, except if kind of you like rotate the camera around that way, there is a curtain in the way of my scarves. my West Ham things are on my. We have one scarf here, and
you didn't pull it into view at all, but
we've got
the brick's back, everyone. Brick.
And
if you're playing along with like watch along bingo, you have had Vase, you have had Brick, you have had Maisie. So it's the full collection. I've had food. Tom hasn't had food yet. Maybe that's
Bobby Moore's up on the wall.
I feel like we should do that. I feel like next season we should bring out like a watch along bingo card. Maisie, Brick, Vase, sunny day in Norwich. You know. Nice day in Norwich. So let's see, what are score predictions for the people? You're going to see me scrolling again, I apologise. 2-1 to Villa, says Schalkes. Fair. They do need to come and grasp the game. Foshizi 1-0 West Ham Halle. I would love that. I would love it if we beat them. I would love it.
There's quickly Beads Blinks. He says, help me where to watch the stream. I think it's maybe VIP box or something like that. Obviously, you can try Reddit soccer streams. We obviously just can't show what's going on here. Yeah, sorry. Carry on, Charlie.
That's all right. Subhome says 1-1. Fair. Mr. Squirrel's 8-bit party 1-0. Will nick it. Fair. I don't think I'm saying 2-2, but I don't think there's 4 goals in this game. Better than you. 2-0 harsh for a start. 2-0 Villa. Grealish 91 shot. Fair. Robert Gresto 2-0 to us now. Fair. Again, you can probably see my mouse as well as the scrolling. Paul 1-0 win. 4-0 scores. I'd like a 4-0 score. Benjamin's a big fan of Samatta. What's the matter with that's Foe? That's excellent work.
I've just seen that from Foe. That is
brilliant work. That is
unbelievable.
Solid.
Unbelievable, Foe.
Solid work.
That's great.
Solid effort. Yeah, I'd like to thank you once again, everyone, for watching. Really do genuinely appreciate it. If you're new, subscribe. We do watch alongs for most of the games. We've done them for all this season. We'll probably come back and do some next season as well. The support has been great. And you've been legends. Drop a like if you've enjoyed it. We are getting dangerously close, Tom, to 2,700.
We are. I've just seen it's ticked up, hasn't it? Again, 688.
We're getting real close to that 2,700. We said by the end of the season, but at this rate, we genuinely might get it before the end of the game, which is big for us. It's very big, so we genuinely do appreciate it.
That's mad, because we were literally just laughing and joking during the last watch along. We were like, "Oh, get it up to 12,600," and now it's like within inside of a week, it's like, "Oh, get it up to 12,700." Yeah, it's mad. Just brilliant.
Insane work. So we're very, very close. And then, of course, shout out to Eric, Fo, and James, who have all donated. We really do appreciate it. I'll do it one more time, just because I didn't mean to do it before. I was meant to do it now, so I'll do it again. One Football are supporting. Let me get rid of the live chat. Give me a sec. One Football are supporting the stream today. Thank you so much to One Football. They're supporting all of the videos at the moment for Hammers Chat, which we genuinely appreciate. If you like football, it's just a great app and very good to keep you up to date with what's going on in the world of football right now. On the final day of the season, it is genuinely super, super useful. I mean, we're trying to keep you up to date as best you can, but as you can tell, it's very difficult, isn't it, Tom? It's very difficult to keep up with literally everything that's happening at once.
Yes, yeah, we're trying to keep up to date with a lot of things, including all the scores to try and to try and keep you guys up to date with everything that's going on. Scores on the doors around that, who's staying up, who's in the top 4, who's in Europa League, all that kind of good stuff. Somebody did say, though, apparently Yama and Haller both are coming on. Which
Okay.
Henry Parker says, what's the halftime food situ for you guys? He's gone with the old Sultana bagel and peanut butter. How very middle class of you, that, huh?
Just a classic plain croissant for me. I bloody love croissants.
Sultana bagel with a bit of peanut butter. Do say, bloody
All right,
hell.
okay, pan-fried salmon. Calm down.
Well, yeah. Well, if I had it in front of me, I would be doing that, boys.
Yeah, that's fair.
Haller on, which I think is good. Bowen and Antonio off, says Foe. Interesting.
Bowen's interesting, but I guess he's done his bits.
Hobbled.
Yeah.
He was hobbled as well, wasn't he? Just before during the Man United game the other day.
And then Antonio just makes sense because he looks like he is desperate for a red card. He looks like he is fully desperate for one.
Quite happy about Antonio, though. As I said, he was very, very much walking the line, as somebody just put in the chat there. So yeah, would you be interested in Tyrone Mings if they went down?
Yeah, I think Mings is very good. I don't think he's. How do I word this? He's a very, very good centre back, and I'd be more than happy to see him at West Ham United. It depends on the price. I think he would command a large price because obviously he's captaincy material. He's a leader in the defence. He's very forceful. He's young. He's English. So I suspect he would command a very, very high price. And I think you could maybe make the argument that he could get a player of his quality for cheaper elsewhere and other nationalities, because obviously English, he's going to have that English premium. But I would be more than happy to have Tyrone Mings at West Ham. More than happy. I think he'd be a great addition. You?
Yeah, I liked him. I think he's because he can play left back as well, can't he? But as well as centre half. So yeah,
Although I don't like him at left back, to be fair, but that's a side note.
Luke Herbert Cars as Mings is ours. Feck off. I know. No way are we getting him. I was just hypothetically speaking. Would you take someone like a Tyrone Mings? And I would. Yeah, I think he's a great young player. We're top player.
Top player.
Wira says Declan Rice would excel further under Lampard at Chelsea, the England core. I'd be tempted to disagree. And I'm not trying to call a rift here.
But carry on. You first, and then I'll
I don't think he would, because I think Gio made a great point earlier on, which is that in terms of if Rice made a mistake in that Chelsea team, their fans would be very quick to jump on his back and they'd be very quick to judge. And that position specifically with Jorginho, Kante, has been like a revolving door. Kovacic almost at times, Mount, Loftus-Cheek. They do have a lot of good young English talent.
Great opportunity for Villa, by the way. Trezeguet going down the right, manages to get into a good position, puts the ball into the area, can't quite. Samatta can't finish it, and no one can else. But it's a good opportunity for Villa. And again, they need to come out in the second half and actually go for it. They need to full force be going for a goal here because they are no longer in the driving seat. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, for me, I don't think it would. I don't think he'd excel further under Lampard at Chelsea. I think don't get me wrong. I think Chelsea and Lampard specifically has done a great job of bringing some of the youth team players through. However, saying that, he was kind of forced to do that because of the transfer ban. Yeah. Now the transfer ban is over. It's like, it's like Ziyech, Werner. What's the other geezer's name? Havertz. All these big names. Like, it's gone back to just Chelsea being Chelsea. Or if that makes sense. Like, it's.
Villa are starting very strong here. Villa are putting in a lot of opportunities very quickly.
Yeah, Villa have come out of the traps quick this second half.
Haller is currently down,
holding onto his butthole. Yeah, no, I don't know where that came from. Yeah, I think Chelsea fans. I just don't think the Rice. As soon as like Chelsea fans would be linked with a big name almost. It would be like, oh, see you later, Declan Rice. Don't want you anymore. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Plus, if Chelsea keep Kante, why do they want Rice? unless they want to play Rice at centre half, which I could see.
I could see that, but I also think that Kante's not a an out and out defensive midfielder in that sense. He's a defensive minded box to box in a sense. He's not sit in front of the back four and do bits. Although I could see Rice, I could see Rice equally fitting in at centre back. Here's what I would say. I don't think necessarily it would be a situation. Bede Blings, where to watch the match. BT Sport 1 in the UK, and if you were looking for streams, then VipBox alongside other places like Reddit Soccer streams. I would say this. I don't necessarily think Frank Lampard
there you go.
would make him...
Henry Parker's given you a place to Google. Giving you a place to Google.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you. I would say this. I don't think necessarily Frank Lampard would make him better. Mainly because I don't think he needs to be significantly better. I think he would fit into the team, and I think it would be a great fit for him. I think it's probably the right move for him as a player. I think if you want a club where, I mean, listen, I don't think Declan Rice needs the motivation, perhaps, because he's a super motivated guy and doesn't seem to ever give less than 110%. Good catch by Fabianski. I feel like, though, if you want somewhere where he is going to give just as much effort and is going to go as hard as humanly possible, Chelsea's the right move for him. And in a young team who seems to be building and doing bits, I do think Chelsea's the right move for him this summer. That's my full and honest opinion. I don't believe that Lampard specifically would make him any better. I don't look at Lampard and think he's this incredible rejuvenation manager or anything. West Ham, good opportunity. Can't quite find anything. Fornals back heel. Was it looking for Ben Johnson? Couldn't quite get there. West Ham have won a free kick, but a good opportunity.
Russ Budden has a wild Russ Budden has appeared in the chat. It's this afternoon, chaps. Hello, Russ.
Good afternoon, Russ. Hope things are all well with you.
Yes, out to the ground. Saw your flip-flop attire earlier. Big mistake.
Yeah, it does look a bit rainy right now, I'm not going to lie.
Jeffrey Stelly says, Charlie and Tom, I'd love to hear your opinion on signings from the MLS. Of course, being an American skews my opinion, so I would appreciate your knowledge, unbiased opinion on it.
Depends who it is. I don't look down on the MLS as much as other people do. I think if you can get the right players, then I think it's a good place to look. I also think, to be honest, you probably get them cheaper than you would elsewhere. But it depends who it is. I don't know the MLS well enough to make smart, like, go him. Do you know what I mean? But I think they can work out. It just depends who it is. And I mean, if you look at, say,
have scored.
Have they? Okay. If you look at, say, I mean, this is a bit unfair because he's one of the greats. But if you look at Landon Donovan, for example, he came across and did well. Do you know what I mean? I mean, there are people to do. Jack Harrison. Yeah. He was obviously from the MLS. So there are people there. It's just the right people.
He went City to New York.
Yes.
Back, didn't he? I don't know how he did actually at New York. Was he there when Patrick Vieira was there? Must have been.
Yes.
Surely.
I believe Patrick Vieira changed all of his draft picks for Jack Harrison.
Ah, fair. Southampton scored Che Adams. Obviously, that game really is a nothing game at the minute. Che Adams has scored for Southampton, and Brighton have also scored. Aaron Connolly has scored to make it 2-1 for Brighton against Burnley, which obviously pushes them above us. But at the minute, and Crystal Palace have just scored as well. Jeffrey Schlupp, what a name!
I love Jeffrey Schlupp. Jeffrey Schlupp is an absolute. I don't care what anyone says. I love Jeffrey Schlupp. Partially because of his name, but also because of the footballer. Also, Henry Parker, Tifo Football, did a good video on buying players from the MLS. I haven't seen that, despite being a big Tifo fan, so I'll have to go back and watch that. Thank you, Henry.
So far, there's only, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams haven't scored yet. 14 teams have already scored. But the one game I expected to be goals, which was Leicester United, and it's not happened so far. Who would I say from the MLS? See, there was that one kid I saw a wonder goal from, that Pozuelo, the other year, the Spanish kid. He had a wonder goal in the MLS and it was seen everywhere. I don't watch the MLS per se. I know that I see that Joseph Martinez is always scoring goals. He seems to genuinely be a very good striker. That's all I know of him. Pozuelo, because he played over in Spain, didn't he, for some time before he went elsewhere?
I don't know. That was the first I saw of him.
And then there's one other name. That, obviously Carlos Vela, but we saw a lot of him in La Liga, and and Arsenal even. He's genuinely a good talent. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe Joseph Martinez, because he seems to score a lot of goals. Would that translate to the Prem? I don't know. But he always seems to score backwards.
Worth a shot. And like I said, you can get players for cheaper from the MLS than you can from, say, the Championship. Yeah, and I don't look down on it as a league as much as possible. Jazza, hey chaps, good evening, Jay. Or good afternoon, I should say.
Good evening, mate. And also, Jazza, me with the trim. Yes. Here's me with said trim. Birthday trim. It was my birthday the other day.
Trim, didn't he?
Cheeky trim.
Where was a good question. Would you sell Fornals or Lanzini? For me, it's Lanzini all day. But I'll ask you this. I'll say this, Tom. I'll throw this at you because I think you'll say Lanzini as well. But let me lob a little cheeky thing at you. You would get more money for Fornals by a significant distance, I think, probably.
Oh yeah, we get more money for Fornals. But who would I keep? I'd probably keep Fornals off of the last year and a half. I think it's so unfortunate because of Lanzini's injury. But yeah, it really is a shame.
Yeah. Can I just say, it was a decent opportunity for West Ham there down the left. The ball in, though, from Johnson on his weak foot wasn't great, and now Aston Villa can counter from it. This is, again, it's one of those things where having an actual left-back would be useful rather than Ben Johnson. Ball driven across the box, Fabianski collects it relatively well. But it's a good opportunity for Villa. Again, they need to take these opportunities. They need to take these opportunities. Ray Paul, hi boys. Shout out Ray. Good evening, Ray. Good afternoon, sorry.
No, I was going to say Campitos is waiting for the upgrading of Trezeguet. Yeah, as you are, as many others are in the live chat. A lot of FIFA fans in here at the minute, waiting to see if they end up scoring. Jeffrey Stelly says, unfortunately not, I live in NC, but North Carolina, but my family's from Louisiana, so we're all New Orleans Saints fans. Oh, yes. Big up the Saints. Big up the Saints and Drew Brees.
Big up the Saints. I wish I spoke Korean, because there's Korean in the chat currently. I don't.
Is the Saints who that nation? I don't know. I can't remember. showing my non-knowledge there. See, I wish you liked American football, so I could just blap off some American football speak with you, because I never get to do it with anybody.
It's lost on me. I try it. I do try it. Every Super Bowl I try American football, and I can never ever get into it.
Yeah, this is a tough watch, as Jazza says as well. He feels sorry for us having to watch this. Yeah, the second half's been a little bit more balls to the wall. Aston Villa have come out the better of the two sides from half time. Sorry, I know I keep itching my nose, but it is my hay fever. I'm trying not to sneeze and constantly sniff.
I'm in a similar.
It's tough. Still no movement on any of the scores. At the minute, Bournemouth and Watford are going down. Obviously, we know Watford are screwed anyway, pretty much because of the score line.
Tom, can I just say, we're getting dangerously close to 2,700 right now. We're getting
2,700.
We are getting dangerously close. We are 7 off the target we set for the end of the season already, and we're still. Mate, it might happen.
We are getting dangerously close. 8 more subscribers away. Obviously
7. It's gone up by 1 since then.
7 as well. Guys, you guys have been amazing as ever. A few donations today, obviously, as well, which has been really nice. Why, guys, can't you just show the match? Because, unfortunately, we will get taken down. We will get taken down. The channel itself, which Gio and Gonzo and myself and Charlie put many hours into trying to perfect in different ways, would get shut down. So
basically, the Premier League and YouTube would come and they would murder us in cold blood.
They would open our cheeks.
Not about that murder thing. Fredericks wins a free kick against Samasa.
So it is a live watch along. Instead, we're watching along with you guys. Obviously, that's why we do have the timer and the score and everything, so you guys can watch.
Origi has just scored for Liverpool. Origi has just scored for Liverpool.
I did. That just popped up on my screen as well. NBA watch along upcoming. I wish, Eric. I wish on my own little separate. Can you not sound the commentary? Says Sophie. No, because again, we just don't want to risk getting taken down.
And again, we just so this is Sophie. This is specifically. I told it earlier, but I'll say it again. One of our friends who also has done watch-alongs on YouTube recently got a copyright strike and got the video deleted by the Premier League because not only could you just hear the commentary, and it wasn't even a lot of the commentary. It was literally in another language, the commentary. And it still got struck down and taken from YouTube. So unfortunately, we can't do it. We would if we could, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Eric did say about the. He did say about as Burnley have equalised against Brighton. It's not giving me a score just yet, but I'll get that for you. Yeah, the NBA watch-alongs. I used to do an NBA website for my journalism. So I am excited that it's back, Eric, put it that way. And the NFL, knowing that that's going to go ahead.
We should do a watch along of one of them just so you can try and explain to me what's going on in a game.
Yeah, you could all sit and laugh at me and Charlie, or me trying to explain the chains to Charlie.
Like, we'll do it on my channel or something.
From Ben Johnson.
As opposed to Hammer's chat or whatever. But Frederick's trying desperately to take on the Aston Villa defence and not being able to do it. Villa are organised well here. They're not leaving many gaps. They're working hard. They're making it very difficult to break through. Not that we're any good at that sort of thing, regardless, but they are making it very difficult for us. But it is sort of stalemate at this point. Johnson, little cheeky puts the left ball in. Souček, I think, going to head it down. No, Yarmolenko probably.
We do have a Bournemouth fan in the live chat who says, "Come on, we're relying on you." Yeah, we are, because the goal for us. And Bournemouth will be safe. So yeah, it's massive right now. It all eyes are on this game. It seems at the minute it's the biggest thing. Who do you think deserves relegation? Says SSS. Great cross again by Johnson from left back. He seems to be putting in better crosses from left back than he was at right back. Charlie, is that possible?
I don't know. I mean, that one was decent, but the ones the first half weren't very good. But again, it's his weak foot, so it is what it is. What are you expecting?
Wira says, why is signing Souček on a permanent a big deal? He's 28. It doesn't necessarily, just because he's 28, it doesn't necessarily mean it's... he's 25, sorry, as James Gunn says. He's also been an incredible box-to-box midfielder who has got such a tank, an engine on him. Havoc IC says, what channel is it on? It's on BT Sport, mate. However, there is somebody here in the live chat, Parker, who had a website to check or a Google for you to check to see if it's if something Parker. I can't remember for the life of me your first name. I apologise. But yeah, yeah. What was I saying, Charlie? Before that,
you were talking about Yarmolenko. Not Yarmolenko, sorry, Souček.
No, Souček. Yeah, Souček. He's been a brilliant box-to-box midfielder. And his timing, his ability to get into the box with headers and stuff has just been absolutely outstanding.
I mean, he just had another great example of it there. Also, a free kick just hit the side netting for West Ham, very close. But yeah, that was another good example. That's why it's a big deal. He's been very
well. His goal, that's it. Search Havoc IC, his goal on Google, as Henry Parker just put there in the chat, and you should find a stream. That works if you don't have BT Sport. Sorry, live chat just going a bit crazy at the minute because a lot of different fans are coming into the stream.
People want that Trezeguet, bruv. People want it. They want the 95 Trezeguet.
There's a few of you in here that are relying on that 92 Masuaku because you've got Pulisic's summer heat at left wing. So I fully appreciate that. Oh yes, SSS. Who do you think deserves to be relegated? I don't necessarily think.
Douglas Luiz was lining up for it. Free kick.
Wow.
Free kick in a great position. Douglas Luiz was lining up there for a Declan Rice-esque long shot. And Declan Rice brings him down. It's a free kick in a very good area for Aston Villa. I don't know who their free kick taker is off the top of my head. I haven't watched enough Villa to know, but I mean, if they've got one, now's the time. Now is the time.
Norwich obviously not been good enough this season. Watford, I think, just because I said before, because of the management and everything else, I think it's just been just you cannot. Sorry, Sorry, Gone with the Wind star Olivia de Havilland dies aged 104. Shout out to her. I
don't know if shout out is the right way to word that.
On my phone. Yeah, Watford, you cannot go the way that they have for that long and not get in trouble.
I just say free kick. The free kick's about to be taken. It's in a very good area. Hit by Grealish, off the wall, corner.
Cool. Sorry, live chat has gone absolutely mental these last few seconds. I'm trying to catch up with you. Ollie Way says West Ham deserve a win, not because I'm a Bournemouth fan. I just prefer West Ham over Aston. Yeah, you see, I don't know. I want Villa to stay up. I feel bad in saying that, Ollie Way, but I prefer Aston Villa over Bournemouth. But I guess it's which way you look at it. I don't hate either side, and whoever stays up, fair enough. But yeah,
I'm a Bournemouth boy. I want Bournemouth to stay up personally. I think it will be Villa, but I want it to be Bournemouth.
Yeah. All that has made its way through. Bloody hell!
Villa are really tightening the screws here. And the thing is, the problem with the Haller Yarmo sub is that they're not counter-attacking players. Obviously, Yarmo did score that excellent counter-attacking goal the other week, but they aren't counter-attacking players. You can certainly hit Haller when we're in these defensive situations, and he will keep a hold of the ball, but he's not exactly going to turn and sprint through people, which is what Antonio would do. Not that Antonio would collect the ball and run through 5 people, but he'll be already in behind, and that's where his strengths were, as we saw in the first half of that opportunity. And so we're kind of under the cosh here, and we don't have the pace necessary to counter-attack in a super effective way. I do think a sub is potentially necessary, but I don't know who on the bench has the pace. Silva, I guess, maybe. But I don't know how fast Silva is, and I don't really rate Silva that highly. But I would bring him on maybe and put him on the left, and give him and Haller sort of license to go for it. But
yeah,
it's difficult here. Villa are in the ascendancy, and I don't think we're super likely to get a goal.
Yeah, but Ollie says fair enough. I don't think we deserve to stay up. So we've about this season only started trying very. Yeah, I think you've made. To be fair, I genuinely don't think having David Brooks injured for as long as he has been it hasn't helped you. Because I think when he played against Leicester, he was for Bournemouth, because when he played against Leicester, I thought he was absolutely brilliant when I watched him. And even at the start of the season, I think he was really good. So you were unlucky to lose him through injury. But yeah, I just think you made some bad investments. I think like the Jordan Ibe signing, the Solanke one, it's not been good enough, unfortunately for you. As Lanzini is preparing to come on. Interesting.
Bold. I would have gone. See. Who is it? Where is it? Blah, 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 blah. Joshua said Felipe Anderson has the pace, and then Foe said maybe for Noble. Noble for Felipe Anderson would probably be what I would have gone for, and then put Fornals in the centre and put Felipe Anderson on the left. I'm really upset that he's going. To be honest with you.
Who?
Anderson, because I just
is he actually? Do we actually know that he's probably going to be going?
We don't know that for certain, but Davis is coming on for Villa as well, which somebody Aston Villa's in the chat would be happy with. We don't know for certain, but let's be real. Has he even touched the ball since the restart?
Yeah,
and David Moyes is incredibly stubborn, so I don't see him all of a sudden changing his mind. But Lanzini coming on is interesting. I'd wonder if it's for Fornals, I'll be disappointed. I'd hope it'd be for Noble, only because I think that would significantly change our way. Whereas if it's for Fornals, that's just a like for like, in my opinion.
Still nothing really doing in the second half around the grounds at the minute. Again, it seems like we're all waiting to see what happens in this game. Because then it really will sort of shake up and messages will start going out that we've scored or Villa have scored and somebody needs to up their game. So,
substitution now. Board goes up. Lanzini for... Can't see it.
Yeah, no, that's...
He held it just above the camera. That's annoying.
Yeah.
It is for Fornals. Okay, I'm annoyed. Fair enough. Sweet.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like for like, don't understand
Watford have scored again. It is now Arsenal 3-2 against Watford. Danny Welbeck has scored for Arsenal. I did say that there was no way Watford are getting back into it.
For Watford.
But at the minute they are. It's 3-2 at the minute. Goal difference, I'm not sure what that does. Again, if Everton scored and we scored, it would change it all up dramatically. But yeah, hold on tight, Aston Villa fans, because Watford have scored and they're coming back into that game against Arsenal. Manchester United have also just scored against Leicester, which puts Man United in pole position to get top 4 with Chelsea. It's my tracker's going up. Apparently, it was a penalty for Man United. I imagine Bruno Fernandes has just scored that. It hasn't told me just yet. But that means that at the minute, Leicester City somehow have missed out on top 4 in 5th place. In 5th place, yes, Bruno Fernando has just scored. My word, right. Well, Watford were 3 down. It's now 3-2. So what a last 20 minutes this is going to be in the end of the Premier League season.
Man
Charlie.
United 1-0. Bruno Fernandes with the goal as well, according to Foshizi. It's all kicking the F off.
The chat's going off. The games are going off. Everything's going off. We're 3 subs away from the 12,700 that we started at the start of the stream.
Yeah.
There's over 200 of you that are now in here for the final 20 minutes. It's all going off on the final day. And thankfully, West Ham aren't even involved in any of it, in a way. We could have the biggest say.
I should just say thank you so much for joining us. If you're new around here, subscribe and drop the like. If you've enjoyed it, we really do genuinely appreciate it. It's I honestly can't decide which way this game's going to go. I think if someone deserves the goal more in this second half, it's Aston Villa. But at the same time, if we get one chance, we could take it. I don't like the Lanzini for 4 now substitution. I think it's like for like and not significantly going to change anything.
It's crazy.
Tight. It's very tight right now, and Watford coming back into it is making it a bit mad.
It's mad. We thought Watford were dead and buried at 3-0. Well, you would expect them to be anyway, but yes, they are coming back into it with a vengeance. I
did say if there was one captain who would drag them out of it, I did say it'd be Deeney, but Deeney and Welbeck getting goals all of a sudden. Welbeck turning into a man who puts the ball in the net. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it?
I mean, there are some people in the chat we know who are here for FIFA based alone and don't care about the results.
And we respect that. And we respect that. Tom, we've just hit 12,700. Thank you so much, everyone. Genuinely appreciate it. 12,700. We said it almost semi as a throwaway joke. We didn't think it was possible, and yet here we are with 12,700. We said before the end of the season, and we've done it before the end of the game.
So good. So good. Some of you guys, yeah.
Thank you so much. Genuinely appreciate it.
Unbelievable. Yeah, what a final 20 minutes were in store for. I know Fo just said there about he said my word, take a bow. So I will try. I do try. Stupendous. Is it mine? Stupendous. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. That's
this game doesn't. So good. This game doesn't.
We've even got people arguing now that Masuaku doesn't need his upgrade because he's good enough. These guys are worried about their FIFA on the final day of the season. I fully back it. Who is going in your end game team? 5-star, Trezeguet. But some are arguing that no, Masuaku is already good enough at his 92 overall. I'm probably going to set the live chart off now. Actually, I've just said that in terms of FIFA talk.
That's fine. I can't. There feels like there's at least one goal in this game. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's going to be the last minute.
Madness.
Either way.
And we're slowly getting more into this game. Frederick's there doing well. Couldn't quite get
great challenge from Target.
I mean, I can't not believe there is at least. There feels like there's a goal in it. I didn't think there was 4 in it at half time, despite saying it would be 2-2.
Oh no, we have dipped under 12,700.
We hit it. And that's
now I know how Deji feels. Shout out to Deji. Now I know how he feels.
Yeah, but I can't believe there's not a goal in this. We're back in. We're retaking control in the game as well. We're retaking control in the game. Johnson plays it in. We're sort of passing it around here. Villa, after the second drinks break, have come out worse. They don't look like they have the energy. Played out wide.
Ooh, good ball. Go on, Lance.
Lanzini. Can't find anything. Back to Rice, who's probably going to hit it. No, lays it out. Fredericks. Again, we're just passing around. Good ball in. Halle!
Beyond.
Close.
Dangerously.
Close.
Do Villa risk it and sit back? I honestly think, would Villa be better off to sit back? I think, I don't know. Bournemouth fans, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think Villa can afford to sit back just because if we do score, especially what's happening at Everton at the minute with Bournemouth, I think they have to go for it. But they have absorbed pressure well so far. No clue who this is coming on.
I recognise
Nakamba.
There you go. I recognised him. I couldn't remember who it was though. Again, Dean Smith, he's going for it here. He is going for it. He's not laying it lie. Not that they need it. They need it.
He's not letting sleeping dogs lie. My man is going for it.
He is gunning for it. Tony, many thanks to Ham's Chat for all you've given us for this unusual season. Thank you, Tony, for joining us in any video you've been a part of. Any video you've watched, any video you've shot.
It's been an incredible end to the season. I don't think any of us knew what it was like. It was going to be like after the restart, but it's been fun to say the least. Thankfully, we've done it with all you guys here with us as well. Yeah, a lot of Bournemouth fans apparently in the live chat at the minute as well.
Welcome. Appreciate it.
Glitch they definitely coming back to these guys are great live. Yeah, unfortunately the season ends today, so unfortunately we can't carry on. Maybe next season we fit to figure it out.
We could just carry on but do watch-alongs of like Bargain Hunt or whatever.
Yeah. Sit down for our weekly.
Oh, he's bought that
chase.
for 80 quid here. I'm not sure about that. I feel like he made a mistake there.
My word, 16 minutes, 16 long minutes in the Premier League. Conclusion to the end of the season.
Jeffrey Stelly, hey Charlie, who's our season's high scorer? I don't know, Jeffrey. You tell me. I do know it's Antonio, and after the restart, he deserves it. But 4 games against Norwich does help. So I'm not gonna lie about it. But fair play to him. I'm dangerously close to saying he's a good player. Not yet, but you know.
Yeah, so at the minute, obviously, for those who aren't watching or have no idea what's going on, at the minute it is Bournemouth and Watford going down. As we currently speak, Watford were 3 down at Arsenal. It's now 3-2. Everton, Bournemouth at the minute, it's 2-1 to Bournemouth. A goal here for West Ham. Bournemouth stay up, Villa go down. It is so close. It is so close.
Do watch-alongs for away games next season, guys? Without Haller powering through, trying to find anything, manages to hold it up, plays it back to Frederick. No, Yarmolenko, sorry, he's moving in a weird way. Thought it was a bit weird for Fredericks. Lofts it in. No one there, cat there, still an opportunity. And then Declan Rice, yet again, goes for a random swaz. So what I will say is this. The plan is currently to at least do them for the away games. I will say that. The plan is to at least do them for the away games. We may have some other plans which will be laid out in due course over the summer. But at least...
James Gunn, that goal has gone to Rice's head. I agree. 100%. I love it.
I completely agree.
I love it.
I'm strongly against it, if I'm being honest with you. I want him to just pass the bloody ball, but he's loving it. He is loving it.
He is loving it.
Can we just also appreciate Nakamba's first name is marvellous. What a name. Marvellous Nakamba. Here he comes.
Stupendous.
It's like Isaac's success. Just excellent names for footballers.
Just breathes excellence.
and then Jeffrey Schlupp.
Jeffrey Schlupp.
I love Jeffrey Schlupp.
Right. I love it. Mayhem on the final day. I absolutely love it.
It's really...
Would not have had it any other way.
Close here.
Rock in Ignore show. We're trying, but I mean, you guys are just pretty much, like I said, we've got one eye on the game we're trying to commentate on. I've got one eye on the scores, trying to keep everybody involved with what's going on around the grounds.
It's very busy.
We're trying to look
it's very busy, Rock. It's very busy, Rock.
Yeah. If you'd have joined us for the last few weeks, you could have joined in with some good
conversations. Curry talk, biscuit talk. We had some biscuit talk earlier. You missed that. Fish cakes.
Who was it that donated for the biscuit talk? It was James, wasn't it? James donated.
James came in with a biscuit talk.
James donated for the biscuit talk. Is he still in the bottom right there, Joe? He is indeed. He still takes up our recent donator spot. Do love to see that.
You love to see it.
What's happened to free scoring West Ham, Alan Robin is, to be fair, Villa have defended well today. They have put a lot of men behind the ball at certain points as well.
Yeah, we face teams who are capable of defending, is what I would say.
John Kedwood says, never mind the game, what is the dog doing? I have no idea, John.
It's a great question, John. Good ball in for the
Jeffrey says, Tom is literally sweating. I know. It's the sun is coming through my window and I'm getting very warm.
Usually I'm not sweating.
A City go 3-0 up. Raheem Sterling with the goal.
Let's change the hairstyle. There we go. I'm going for this for the rest of the game. I need a haircut so badly.
Henry Parker, why am I still nervous? Nothing to play for yet. It's West Ham, so I feel like so. I know it's weird, isn't it? I don't know. I'm just nervous because it's the final day of the season.
See, I don't think I'm not nervous, but I do think there's something left in this game. I can't see a situation in which there's no goals in this, none. And it's a good opportunity again for Villa from corner, short corner. Grealish, sorry, not McGinn. It was a decent chance, didn't quite get it on target, but it was almost there.
Clayton saying, went to my first match age 5, been a fan for nearly 60 years. They say that you're more sensible the older you are. I, for one, beg to differ.
Very true.
100% agree.
Tom, there's a problem because I really need to pee and I don't want to go.
What's happened here? Sorry, my stream just stopped, but I'm just watching here for Grealish.
It was a shot. It just shot.
He's got such nimble feet. Bournemouth have scored. Bournemouth have just scored. Junior Stanislas, the former Hammer, has just scored. So again, a goal here for West Ham, and Bournemouth will be safe.
Tom, I'm going to leave you for a second. You carry on.
Okay. Yeah. At the minute, Bournemouth obviously are not safe. But yeah, Bournemouth aren't safe, obviously. But a goal here for West Ham, and Bournemouth will be safe. It is all to play for. All eyes are on this game as Charlie's just quickly dipped out to go for a wee. Yeah, it's interesting. Obviously, we are. Yeah, I am sweating. It's been it's been a funny end to the day, funny end to the season. Apparently, we do have a dangerous free kick. We are a little bit behind you guys on our phones or whatnot, but yeah, Junior Stanislas, what a boy! The former Hammer has just scored for Bournemouth. They're holding up their end of the bargain. Everton with an awful end to the season, as it seems as well. But yes, one goal here for West Ham, and it is, well, it may be the end of Villa. We've only got 10 minutes left in this game. Oh yes, the free kick is just it. Yes. Clayton Thomas scoring is highly unlikely. We haven't even had a shot on goal yet. I know. I haven't even been paying attention half of the game. Like I said, my eyes have been elsewhere. Southampton have scored to make it 2-1. Che Adams again with another goal. That looks like it happened 10 minutes ago and I didn't even notice. Nice that from me. Yeah. Charlie wore a shirt that fits kinda. I'm not allowed to say if he did wear a shirt that fits or not because he'll probably shout at me when he comes back. Anyway, bloody hell. Over 250 of you in here now. If you haven't already, do drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't. We have just pushed over 12,700 for the day, which was a mad target we set before the day. It's like 50, 60 of you or something stupid like that have helped subscribe today. So yeah, it's been a great end to the day. Obviously, a big 10 minutes left to the end of the Premier League season. As Charlie is returning, headphones are on.
Hello. What did I miss?
De Bruyne just got his 20th Premier League assist and Jerome level with Thierry Henry, apparently. That's what you missed. Nobody has scored. But yeah, obviously, last you left it, Bournemouth are holding up their end of the bargain. Man City have just scored again, make it 4-0.
Jeffrey, I'll say this. This is the same shirt that does not fit. I just pulled it down so none of you could see my back fat as I walked away.
Eric, don't start.
What have you been saying about me, Tom?
I didn't say anything. They just said that Jeffrey said that you were wearing a shirt that fits this week, and I said, I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't. I just pulled it down.
Riyad Mahrez with the goal for City. Southampton make it 3-1. Che Adams did have the first two for Southampton. It is a penalty. I imagine, will Danny Ings step up? It hasn't told me who scored yet.
Good ball through for Villa. Davis. Couple of step overs. Pings it across. Villa came close again. I just can't believe there isn't a goal in this game. I just cannot believe there is not a goal in this game. It's a really good opportunity for Villa. Good through ball onto Davis, who's run off. He's stepped up to Diop. A couple of little cheeky step overs. Puts it onto his left, tries to put it in the bottom corner. It's a very tight angle. And
I'm loving.
Would have it covered, but
look at the Villa fans there. They are beside themselves for these next 10 minutes. I'm loving the spelling of Masuaku in the live chat from you guys. Of the FIFA fans that are in here right now, I love to see every single one of you who is here for either Masuaku or Trezeguet. Let us know which one you want to see.
D Swissport, £2. Charlie Haircut Fund. Thank you so much, D. I'll try and make that happen for the donation. Because let's be real, I really, really bloody need one.
Big donation thing from D Swissport.
From the Swissport himself.
The Swissport himself. Yeah, the donations today, guys, have been really helpful. Every single one of you. Yeah, so it is interesting.
I keep saying this, Tom, but I can't see this game ending 0-0. There is a goal.
No, there is. But for who? Chris Kamara.
Chris Kamara.
But for who? Chris Kamara.
I don't know. Is he?
At the minute, like we said, we have Bournemouth are down. Watford are down. A goal in this game, either way, could change that completely. There's Villa on the edge of the box. It's Grealish. The cross! Grealish has scored!
Oh!
Jack Grealish has scored
what a finish
for
as well.
Aston Villa. Jack Grealish has scored for Aston Villa, and that could be the biggest goal for their season. It seemed like 2 weeks ago there was no way that they were going to stay up, and all of a sudden, Bournemouth and Watford, who of 2 weeks ago would never have thought this, and at the minute Aston Villa are safe. I guess it will go to VAR just checking to make sure that nobody was offside. But Aston Villa have scored, and yeah, we said there was a goal left in this game, Charlie.
It's a good ball across the box from John McGinn to find Grealish, who stands up. Two West Ham players. Poor
goalkeeping.
Fredericks can't do anything. I suspect he sees it late, but he has to do better from there. But he can't. He gets a hand to it, but it goes in. I mean, it's a good, powerful hit from Grealish there, but nothing you wouldn't expect. He couldn't keep, and
massive.
It's 1-0.
Villa fans have gone absolutely mental. That £5 from Foshizi, what a guy! Thank you so much for that, mate.
Thank you, Fo.
Yeah, great showing, guys. Yeah, really appreciate that.
Absolute limbs on the Zooms call from Villa fans.
Villa fans have gone mental. I don't think we're out of the woods yet. There still could be a twist and tell yet in this. Who knows? But at the minute, Aston Villa have done the impossible from a few weeks ago, and they are safe. Watford are down. Bournemouth are down. This is absolutely mental. Who's this? Yarmolenko cutting inside. That's taken a wicked deflection, and Yarmolenko has scored. Oh my word! The deflection on that, and it's all changed within an instant.
Literally a minute. It's gone completely and utterly mad.
Have scored. Aston Villa cannot believe it. Oh my word! Well. They say you are most likely to concede after you've just scored. They say that's when the concentration needs to get its best. I'm shocked. Wow. I'm utterly shocked. I don't care for the result. I really do not care if we win, draw, lose, or whatever. It's just for Aston Villa fans who have just thought that they were safe. My word.
The ball comes across Yarmolenko, who sort of tries to... He shifts it onto his left, which is about the most obvious thing you're ever going to see. He fires off a shot, no idea whether that's even coming close. The Villa Zoom call have gone very quiet all of a sudden, and it's a wicked deflection, about as big a deflection you're ever going to see. It goes flying, looping up into the air, above only maybe Peter Crouch height, and it's tipped down. Pepe Reina, in scenes only reminiscent of Paul Konchesky in the FA Cup final, just can't figure out what the hell was going on. And it's
Jack Grealish at both ends.
And it's 1-1.
Jack Grealish. Bournemouth somehow are still in this game. I have no idea how. We're the most lucky. Of course, at the minute, Villa are still safe, but Bournemouth, again, somehow are back in it. So one goal here for West Ham, and Villa would be down. Bournemouth would be safe.
And in the limb scenes there, Foshi's with an extra £5. Thank you so much.
I didn't even see
Thank you so much, Fo. We do appreciate it. Dear. And Felipe Anderson's coming on. This game has gone absolutely wild. Felipe David Moyes
people joining in. Sadio Mane has just scored for Liverpool again. That means nothing. We know they're champions. But yeah,
Felipe Anderson coming on for Mark Noble. This game has gone completely bizarre. In the words of the British Bulldog, it's gone bizarre.
Yeah, it has gone very bizarre. A lot of FIFA fans in the chat are not happy. They're Trezeguet. They thought we were getting upgraded, and unfortunately, yep. Sorry. I mean, you do get a +1, 2 upgrade or something like that, isn't it? If that happens, if it's a draw, I can't remember specifically. City apparently have gone 5-0 up now. Yeah, Aston Villa fans, how is your nerve right now? Because my arse would be twitching. Wow, what an end to the Premier League season, Charlie. What an end.
I mean, you've got to feel bad for Reina there. I think Fabianski probably mostly at fault for his. You can't, but Reina, who's just too far off his line, can't get back. He gets his fingertips to it. And Dean Smith with a slow motion gurn. You have to feel sorry for him. 1-1.
Yeah.
This has been mad. This has been a mad end.
Yeah.
I'd like to formally apologise to the FIFA fans in the chat.
We know you're so upset.
apologise.
Well, actually, I mean, there's 50% of you, it seems, want Trezeguet. 50% of you want Masuaku, maybe a bit less. I just love... The thing is, our views have shot up. Is this from the Villa fans? Is it from the FIFA fans? We don't know.
Is it both?
But it's
Who
great
knows?
To see. It's great to see all of you in here. My word, right. How long have we got left then? We've pretty much, I reckon, 5-6 minutes, yeah. I think. Wow. Unbelievable. If you are in here and you haven't dropped a like, there's 363 of you. It's just massively spiked, obviously, because the last few minutes. Please do drop a like on the video. It takes 2 seconds. Subscribe if you haven't already. Really helps us, helps Hammers Chat, everything. The donations today, Swissport, Foshizi, again, absolute just lads. Appreciate you so much.
Eric, and of course, James. Thank you so much for donating. We really do genuinely appreciate it. And everyone who's subscribed, our subscribers have gone mad today as well. Like we said, we said 12,700 at the beginning. Sent me as a joke, thinking we wouldn't make it, and yet here we are. Insane amount of subscribers. Thank you so much, everyone. We really genuinely do appreciate
every single one of you. Well, here we go. I mean, we've got 5-6 minutes left of the Premier League season. But the Villa fans, how is your nerve? I know a lot of Villa fans have just come into the live stream. This really is a nervy 5 or 6 minutes for you.
El Ghazi's coming on for Villa now. Again, Dean Smith is lobbing everything at it. El Ghazi's coming on for Trezeguet.
Cannot risk it. Looks like we're getting 4 added minutes of extra time. Thing is, I know I've been in this position before, Villa fans, and I know Villa fans have obviously been in this position before as well. It is horrible. It is horrible. I would not wish it on anybody. Who scored Man City's 5th? Kevin De Bruyne, who's on for a hat-trick. What an end to the season.
And again, I almost can't believe there's not another goal in this. It doesn't feel like this is it. There feels like there could be something more in this game.
4 minutes. 4 minutes for Villa to hold on for their survival in the Premier League this season. At the minute as well, no change in the Leicester United game. So that means that Leicester will have missed out on Champions League football. United finished 3rd, which feels absolutely mental. Seeing them do that, which is just ridiculous. Well, what an end to the season. Tottenham sneak into the Europa spot, it seems, as well. Chelsea get top 4. But at the minute, Bournemouth and Watford go down. A goal in here for West Ham. Everything changes. Everything changes. What do Villa do now? Do they hold it in the corner? What do? They must be.
Yeah,
look, they're
McGinn and Grealish there to hold it in the corner.
They obviously know a goal for us.
Went past Fredericks. Like with all the smoothness of Ronaldinho, but with all the effort of maybe me on a Saturday. Like, Jesus Christ.
Wow, what an afternoon. Over 400 of you in here now that have joined in for the last few minutes of the game. Please do drop a like, subscribe if you haven't, all that good stuff. We've really appreciated every single one of you that's been in here. This is Everton awful. Crystal Palace has finished 1-1 with Tottenham Hotspur. Again, that has no bearing on what happens here today.
Just a side swipe at Everton in the middle of all of that. I heard Everton are awful anyway.
Okay, we've got about another 2 minutes left to go. Villa obviously are time wasted now because they know a draw will be enough for them to stay up. So many people in here wanting that Trezeguet upgrade. We hope for you guys maybe that is the case. Again, Villa don't need to win if you are tuning in. They just need to hold on for the draw now.
Villa win the ball back. They're not. I tell you what, they may be going for a draw, but they're trying to hold it as far up the pitch as humanly possible.
Okay, full time Sheffield United 3-1. Southampton have won. Full time at City, they've beaten Norwich 5-0. Norwich obviously are already down. We knew that. Champions Liverpool beat Newcastle 3-1 at Newcastle. Watford still going. Obviously, Watford are down. Bournemouth still going, but unless there's changes here and the goal for West Ham, Bournemouth are down as well. 90 seconds, Charlie. 90 seconds.
I'll just say this. As the final watch along comes to an end, we've got 90 seconds left of this game. Thank you so much if you've watched any of them, if you've liked any of them, if you've subscribed because of any of them, and if you've donated as well, obviously an extra special thank you. We genuinely really appreciate it. If you're new around here, drop a subscribe, hit that like button if you've enjoyed it. We will be back next season with at least some watch-alongs for away games and stuff. We haven't just fully decided what next season looks like. Of course, that depends largely on the government. But we really, really do genuinely appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. I really hope you get your. I hope. Listen, if I could, I'd give you both your upgrades, but unfortunately, only one of them is going to happen. I apologise.
Yeah, I think they both get like a +1 or a +2. But okay, at the moment, really is just incredible because, like I said, before the last game of the season, bloody hell, I'm so confused. A few weeks ago, when Watford were in a position, the same week that Leicester got beaten by Bournemouth, and then Aston Villa beat Crystal Palace at home, and it has just been since then an unbelievable end to the season for Villa. For Villa fans, I think all of you will be so proud of the way your team's responded. This is an incredible escape for Villa, who looked down and out certainly at the start of the restart. But as things stand, Bournemouth has finished. They did their bit to stay up. The 94 minutes has gone, and that is it. Aston Villa are safe. They don't want to celebrate just yet because I don't think they know what's going on around them. But Aston Villa are safe. Bournemouth are down. Watford are down. Wow, what an end to the final day of the season.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We're going to spam the link now because Gio is ready to do his review straight away. So, Tom, if you could get to spamming the review in the link, in the review link in the chat. Sorry. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. If you've watched any of the watch-alongs throughout any of the season, we really genuinely do appreciate it. If you've subscribed and liked, we do appreciate it. If you've donated like these for support for Sheezy, Eric and James did today, then genuinely thank you so much. We are going to head off now. There is a full review on the channel happening in just a moment live. Which Tom is posting the link in the live chat as we speak. Click on
Gio for the review.
Go hang out with Gio for the review. Thank you so much, Tom. Last words just before we finish.
Yeah, until next season. Again, I know there's a lot of FIFA fans in here at the minute, but our regulars that are commenting in there, I can see Clayton, Jeffrey, all you guys. Thank you so much. You've been amazing for us. It's been such fun doing this for you guys, and hopefully in a month or so when the season's back or whenever, the videos will carry on the channel throughout the summer. It doesn't stop there for us. But yeah, thank you so much. It's been absolutely unbelievable.
Thank you so much, everyone. Until then, we will see you next time.